This is skied straight up in the air and as easy as you like behind the stumps. Big breakthrough, early breakthrough, and the Clarion Eagles are off to a flyer here with the ball.
Well, you would have expected an attacking shot from Arya Kananta. That's how he bats. And we've seen not good luck in the semi-final and certainly not in the final. Jesse Singh has struck quite early here. It's 3 for 1. We'll wait for our scorebar to come up. But folks, at the moment, good start here from Jesse Singh. Good start from the Clarion Eagles. 1 down with 3 on the board.
Now remember, Space City Cowboys won the toss and they chose to have a bat first. And that would have been with the confidence, not just in the conditions, but also in their batting lineup. They want to set a target and they want to be able to restrict Clarion Eagles. Early wickets does not help that cause.
So Jesse Singh, we talked about how good he's been in this over. Look at that. Too much reach for Arya Kananta to really get on a big play on the ball. And in the end, the fast bowler has certainly stuck the batsman up. It's 3 for 1.
Pranav Chettipalayam behind the stumps. Safe pair of hands. Had a decent start with the bat in the semi-finals, the game before this. He'll be watching this ball very closely, getting a read on the conditions.
So Ian Dev Chauhan comes to the middle. Still waiting for a scoring bar, but Jesse Singh has bowled well.
Worked into the leg side. And they will pick up another single here. He'll get off the mark with 1.
And Monali, I made mention the only time that Clarion Eagles have lost a game, it was against this very opponent. And you look at the SCC, that's the Space City Cowboys. They haven't lost a game in their semi-final against the Atlanta Fire. They made 195, and in reply, Atlanta Fire 148. So a bit of margin there coming into this game.
Pulled away. This is sat up really nicely. And it's been absolutely pummeled for 6. First over gone. It's 10 for 1.
We keep this close, right?
Yeah. He's picked this up really well. Short delivery, Jesse Singh again. Just didn't have the right length. Didn't have that extra bit of pace either. So sat up perfectly to be put away.
Yeah, you expect these two teams to go at it, Manali. They've really done well in the tournament to get here. Looks like Lamba has been given the ball, but Jesse Singh, quality over from him. And although that last ball went off a big shot from Norman Anwar, with that wicket of Arya Kananta, some bit of success for Jesse Singh.
Got to keep this scoreboard ticking, regardless of the early wicket. It is power play overs. Just the 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. At the moment, that is deep third. And deep square leg. Scramble across for a quick swing. I think there should be leg buys as well. Yep, umpire just confirming leg buys.
Yeah, Manali, and what we've seen coming down to the latter stages of this tournament, the run scoring has gone up. What used to be maybe 160, 170, we saw both semifinals game pushing scores into the 190s. And it just goes to show that after 5, 6 days of competition, the players are beginning to really adjust and the batters are beginning to bring up those big scores.
It's partly because the conditions are also really good for batting. We've got to hand it to the ground staff, the organizers. across the line. Not at all where he would have liked for that to go, but that's going to run away for 4 more.
Yeah, a couple of attacking shots here from Naman Anwar. We saw one in the previous over. Look at this one. Backward square, crosses the rope, gone for 4. Anwar has had a good season. And we saw he got a 83 in one of the games, got 26 in the semi-finals, was looking good until he got caught at the boundary and also picked up 42 along the way. So he's been in form.
Skied high off the bat. And this has been put down. Vineeth Sinha. That should have been pouch. He just never looked comfortable, did he? Just never judged it well enough to get under it.
Yeah,
Big one goes down.
It was in the air for some time. And sometimes it becomes very difficult. Look at this one. Vineeth Sinha ran around. And like you said, had to wait a long time. Never got close to the ball. In the end, 16 for 1.
Angling in to the right-hander in Dave Chauhan. Have to see how expensive that drop catch ends up being. Naman Anwar dropped on 13. Gotta hold on to your catches.
Yeah, Lamba has been one of the steady bowlers here for Clarion Eagles. And his best bowling so far has been 2 for 58. One of the games he went for quite a few.
It's been a great week of cricket, hasn't it? We've seen some incredible batting. We've seen some outstanding fielding. And some really good bowling as well. The standard of cricket, the quality of cricket has been top-notch.
Yes, Manali, you're right on that. And for one thing for sure, we won't have a recurring champ from last year. Atlanta Fire is gone. And now it's down to Clarion Eagles or Space City Cowboys. The level has really been good. Top.
Completely beaten. Ian Dave Chauhan on that one. End of the over. Two overs gone. 16 for 1. Jesse Singh's going to come back for his second over. Early breakthrough. Picked up the wicket of Arya Kananta.
Yeah, you get the feeling that Shuja Naqvi and certainly the boys from Space City has really based their decision at the toss, having won the toss, and the fact that they got 194 to be exact against the Atlanta Fire. And Manali, as they say, if something is not broken, why fix it?
Brian would say because there's something cooler out there. So why not replace it? Angling in a little too full and worked around the legs.
Yeah, we've seen a good start from Jesse Singh in the last over. I was going to look forward for the contest between Kananta. Young player, likes to play these attacking shots. And we saw in the semi-final, he was out for a duck. And this one also, Jesse Singh would be quite happy the way he got him out. But we've seen a drop cat, Vineeth Sinha, who ran around and had to wait a long time. And so it's all happening here in the final of the 2026 Houston Open.
Up and over. This is a great uppercut, and it's going to run away for 4 runs. Jesse Singh becoming a bit predictable with that line and length.
Yeah, lovely execution from Chauhan. And it's a shot that the players have increased in their arsenal with a rising ball, especially in the opening stages. And a little bit of a uppercut slice. And that's gone away for a boundary. We talked about how good the top order has been for Clarion Eagles. And you look at Norman Anwar and Dave Chauhan out in the middle, Arya Kananta, Saif Badar. So much batting to come.
Won't beat the fielder. Looking to work that into the leg side. Shubham Ranjane, the fielder. It's a beautiful facility, this, isn't it? Prairie View Cricket Complex. 6 grounds. Picturesque. Always has a nice breeze blowing as well. And we have had a lot of luck with weather. Not been bothered by it yet, and hoping to get this finals in before that much awaited, much talked about storm is supposed to come in later today.
Yeah, we've seen this ground also hosted T20 international games.
Driven in the gap and absolutely glorious as this runs away for 4 runs.
Yeah, classy looking shot from Chauhan, Ian Dave Chauhan. And he's the type of player, Manali, will give you a little bit of both. Can score quickly, and he does possess this classic looking off drive that he feels that you're watching Test cricket. And a lovely drive off the front foot from Ian Dave Chauhan.
Played a fair bit of cricket as well in India. A lot of experience. Coaches as well. I think he coaches locally, if I'm not wrong. In Dallas. I don't know if I can call that local. In Texas. Trying to use the crease. Doesn't quite manage to find the gap.
Yeah, you're right on that, Manali. Coming back to how good these pitches have been. The grounds, of course, they're fast also. I've been on pitch number 6 and I've really enjoyed all the days I've been there. I've seen top level cricket. I've seen good contests between bat and ball. And I want to think Pv6 plays a tad quicker than Pv5.
Just the single to wrap up the over. 3 overs gone. It's 26 for 1. Yeah, just again getting a pretty good shot of how beautiful this facility is. Quick outfield. Ground staff have done a phenomenal job given all the rain that had fallen before the tournament started. And the pitches have been great to bat on. Bit of turn on offer as well. The spinners get good return. All in all, when you're looking for good standard of cricket, you need facilities like this. Harmeet Singh is going to come into the attack with the ball.
Yeah, and I made a point to Manali that the run scoring has increased. On my pitches, what used to be 160 has gone up today to 195.
Looking to go leg side. Harmeet Singh. Very tricky bowler. Also likes to put a bit of extra pace on it. Plays a lot of cricket around the world. franchise leagues, plays for the US side as well.
Yeah, Harmeet will have to probably cover up for Sanjay Krishnamurti, who's not in the squad today. Along with Mohsin, could form that spin options for Clarion Eagles. He's a quality bowler.
Tossed up, takes the pace off, and really well fielded. Mohammad Mohsin, a backward point. Keeps it to just the 1 run.
Yeah, this has been a very good over from Harmeet Singh. Hasn't allowed the batter probably to look to play big into the onside. We're still into the power plays, and he's kept the ball with a bit of turn. Has been able to restrict so far. Naman Anwar bowled a couple of dot balls to him, and let's see as Ian Dev comes into strike. But yeah, it's been a really good over here from Harmeet Singh.
Backing away to give himself some room here. Naman Anwar came in, hit a couple of shots, and then he's barely gotten to face strike. And now he's going to have to reconcentrate. Looking to sweep it, and no real control. And a good delivery again.
Yeah, a couple of wides signaled by umpire Myron James, the man who comes out of Antigua. And a couple of wides there, Manali. So Naman Anwar comes back into strike.
Beaten him. Struck on the pads again. Struggled to get the ball away. Both of these batters in this over.
Yeah, this has been a really good over. Only a wide.
Down the track, good use of the feet, and this has gone a long way for 6. Just releasing that pressure off the last delivery of the over. Good way to end the over.
Yeah, lovely shot from Ian Dev. And we talked about how good Harmeet has been in this over. Well, probably the pressure getting to the batter. And they realize, well, we've got to do something quickly. 35 for 1 at the end of 4. I thought it was a wide and they crossed.
Eight runs coming off that last over from Harmeet Singh. Using these power play overs, I'm sure they'd like to be a little bit higher on that scorecard during these first 6 overs.
Yeah, we saw in the semifinals, Manali, the teams are going solidly at about 9 runs and over. So really not bad. 4 overs gone, maybe 9 would have probably put them in the vicinity of a 36. They've lost Kananta, but we've seen a good recovery as Lamba continues.
Takes the pace off. Want me to go off it? Or you want me to stay?
So Lamba, and how often, Manali, do we see different spells from bowlers, not necessarily bowling in spells, but switching ends, as we've seen Lamba here, 2 spells, 2 different ends.
Backing away too far this time, Naman Anwar, and also became so predictable because of how early he moved. He just seems to have lost that rhythm that he had come in with.
Yeah, beautiful shot here, an aerial shot of Pv5. And we talked about this ground has been given international recognition a couple of years ago, hosting the Canadians, hosting the Bangladesh national team in some T20 international.
That's a big one. This is out of the screws and it's going to go all the way for 6. Latched onto this beautifully, Nauman Anwar.
Well, given a life when he was on 9. And we've seen 3 6s in the innings so far, 2 of them off the bat of Nauman Anwar. And that's what he does for fun. He loves hitting the ball long and far. And a couple of 6s for him already. Given a chance already too.
Yeah, dropped on 13, Nauman Anwar. Poor delivery, that one. Right in the slot, easy pickings. Better delivery. And it's still going to leak for 1 run.
Yeah, we've seen a good recovery here. Losing Kananta in the very first over from Jesse Singh. And you look at the partnership here, he's up to 39 between Ian Dave Chauhan. And we saw a classic drive in the last, well, not the last over, the one before. Off the front foot of the bowling of Jesse Singh. And really was a classic cover drive to really watch, even in T20 cricket. And so Lamba has gone for 7 in the over so far.
Won't beat the fielder there. Just the 1 run. He does like to use his crease very well. Chauhan.
Yeah, we've seen the modern day batsman Manali always playing a little bit late and into their crease. And we talked about the contest between Space City and Clarion Eagles. Space City have not lost a game yet. Clarion Eagles, one of the reasons they have lost 1 game, they were beaten by the Cowboys. So what a final we're watching here.
Inside edge onto the pads. And an excellent delivery to finish the over. 5 overs gone. It's 43 for 1.
Yes, Mr. Walters. Yeah.
Right, 5 overs gone, 1 over to come in the power play. Sitting at just a little over 8.5 runs and over. And a really good partnership starting to form here between Chauhan and Anwar. Going to see a change in the bowling as well. Shubham Ranjane comes in with the ball. Just a few more changes in the field as they bring an additional fielder into the offside. Short fine, short third, backward point. There's a deep cover, mid-wicket. Just trying to see who the additional fielder is outside. Deep mid-wicket, I believe. Yep. One run to start the over. I mentioned that there's a decent partnership starting to form. We've also started to see Nauman Anwar back in hitting mode. He was stuck at the non-strikers end for quite a bit, lost a bit of concentration. Change of pace, keeps it nice and wide as well. This is the one issue that I've seen from Nauman Anwar. He just moves too early, makes his intentions clear a little too early, and the bowlers then have plenty of time to adjust.
Good afternoon, Manali Patel.
Down the ground. And this time right out of the meaty part of the bat. It's going to go for 6 runs. Good afternoon, Brian.
That 6 brings up the 50. Brutal strike down the ground. I think you mentioned just now when he shuffled around a little bit, made his intentions known too early. I think he's a much better batter when he remains still and then reacts to the ball based on where it is bowled, because he has shots all around the ground, and if you get too full to him like that Shubham Ranjit just did, that's the result. It's an interesting position where we are here in the final. 51 runs on the board, still inside the power play. How big will the drop of Naman Anwar when he was on 13 by Vineet Sinha turn out to be? You don't really want to drop anybody, but such a strong batting lineup here for the Clarion Eagles. Make that the Space City Cowboys is what I mean. And essentially you drop anyone at your peril, but particularly you do not want to drop somebody who's at the top of the lineup in the way that Naman Anwar is. The leading batter in the side came into today's play as with the high aggregate number of runs in the Space City Cowboys side, not somebody you want to drop.
Standing outside his crease, and Dave Chauhan doesn't quite find the middle of the bat. It's going to be a dot to end the 6th over, and with that, the power play. It's 51 for 1. Naman Anwar, 29 off 16, still out in the middle. Unlucky for Arya Kanantha to be gone on a duck thanks to a good delivery from Jesse Singh. And Dave Chauhan in good partnership here with Naman Anwar. Space City Cowboys, despite the early wicket, are going along well. Clarion Eagles need to try and find another breakthrough to break this partnership.
Harmeet Singh has bowled very well, and he's used in very surgical precision by his captain, Karshik Gomel. He's used in very specific situations. I think the position you use him in here is to attempt to break this partnership that is now worth 48 between Naman Anwar and Yandev Chauhan.
That's going to be the second one. A faint edge to the keeper. This is really well taken by Pranav Chattopadhyay, and it is going to be Harmeet Singh to pick up his first wicket. This partnership has now been broken.
As I said, he's being used very surgically, bringing him in very specific situations. And I always thought that the reason why you bring him in here is because of the fact that these two right-handed batters have been going as brilliantly as they have. Look at this delivery. Pushed through at pace, fired through, pushing it through. In fact, Harmeet Singh did not even turn around to appeal because he was that sure that the ball came off the edge. And it has to be said, as you highlighted, Monali, it's a good piece of wicket keeping because it was a quicker, flatter one, almost like a medium pace type delivery, and keeping up to the stumps, of course, to the normal spinner that you have Harmeet Singh as. But that one was bowled more like a medium pacer. So Naman Anwar goes off. Eventually, that extra 16 runs that he scored because he was dropped on 13. The new batter now coming into the crease will have a job to do to join with Yandev Chauhan. It will be Ramiz Raja, another righty. So that's absolutely justification to keep Harmeet Singh into the attack.
Naman Anwar gone for 29 off 17. We're talking about breaking that partnership because it was just starting to look a bit threatening. They're an Eagles coming in doing just that. 6.1 overs, 51 for 2. Thanks to this moment right here. Looking to slash it away and just managing a top edge.
Looking at that replay, that's a pretty healthy edge, which further emphasizes the fact that that was a great piece of wicket keeping. So it's not exactly collected cleanly, but it was such a thick edge that makes sense that it doesn't hit the gloves in the center of the gloves. But with very soft hands, Pranav Chattopadhyay able to secure that one and effect the dismissal.
Pushed into the offside in the gap and a comfortable single in the end.
So they'll have to rebuild here. The Space City Cowboys losing that wicket means that the partnership for the second wicket was broken, worth 48. Still scoring at a decent rate though. 8.21 is the scoring rate. Projected score there based on that scoring rate is 164. 164 feels to me like it will be on the lower end of where they want to end up. So they may want to think about accelerating as they get through the next remaining overs.
Just seeing this one bird fly over this pitch. Now, I'm pretty sure you'll know what type of bird that is. I've got no clue. Is that an American eagle?
Oh my goodness.
What is that?
That's a vulture.
That's a vulture.
That is a vulture.
There's nothing dead on the pitch.
About the... There are actually multiple vultures hovering around a couple 100 yards around.
Struck down the ground and a single. Why are they hovering here?
You are out in the middle of a relatively rural part of the state, which means that there's always a chance that there is a deer that was hit by a car, or you and I saw a nutria in the road a couple of miles back. There is always a chance that there's a dead animal somewhere that they're hovering around.
Trying to give himself some room this time. Can't get it through the offside. Very good over comes to an end. 7 overs gone. It's 54 for 2. Change of the bowling. Mohammed Mohsin comes into the attack. Bowled really well in the semi-finals not too long ago. He's got a pretty deceptive googly as well. Starts with a conventional leg spin delivery, and this is very well played. Come back for 2 runs.
Ramiz Raja is a big hitter, but he can also be precise. He can play those little dabs and late cuts. So the regulation leg break that is turning away from him is the perfect ball to get to play that little dab down to deep third.
Up and over through the offside. Protection in the deep. Jesse Singh is going to keep that to 1. It is breezy out there, but not nearly as breezy as we've seen it over the last few days. I don't know what your weather app says, but we are expecting some rain later this afternoon. My Canadian weather app, I don't think, is nearly as accurate here. Onto the pads, but well outside the line of leg stump.
Fact of the matter is that this entire area should be bathed in showers by around 5 p.m. local time. One would think that this game would be long, well and truly over by then. Of course, a lot that happens between now and then, but the adjustment to move the final to this afternoon as compared to what it was initially tomorrow, the weather is the reason.
Now, how accurate are the apps here? How accurate is the radar here?
Bias signal there by umpire Myron James. How accurate depends on how far away you are from the actual weather event that's being predicted. Weather in this part of the country is notoriously fickle, notoriously difficult to predict. Rain showers can come out of nowhere for some reason, especially being this close to the coast.
That's the reverse, and it's really well played. It's going to be a 1 bounce 4. Excellent shot. And dents what was a really good over from Mohammed Mohsen. 8 overs gone, a 62 for 2.
See the reverse again. Seen that shot played a number of times over the course of this tournament. That ball was on the line of off stump, so it's still a very good shot in the sense that you have to make contact. You may well have been in trouble with the umpire in terms of it being a potential LBW shout had he not made contact there. So that's a good piece of batting by Ramiz Raja.
Slashed away. And just a single. Harmeet Singh picked up the 1 wicket so far. The wicket of Nauman Anwar, who's starting to look threatening. He went for 29 off 17. Skied very, very high. There is a fielder getting under it. Oh, that looks a bit painful. I don't know if he's all right. It just looks like he might have smashed his head back on the ground. That's a catch gone down nonetheless.
Oh, that's Akarshid Gomel, the captain. In the first game this morning, had an opportunity for a catch very similar to this, came running in. On that occasion, held on to it. On this occasion, completely misses it. So he'll be disappointed with that. The captain
gets a hold of this one. And it will go all the way for 6. Yeah, just overran that catch, didn't he?
dragging this one from outside the line of off stump. So that is a drop. Second drop of the day. Second drop of significance anyway. So we'll see exactly how much it costs him. Ramiz Raja is very dangerous. Ramiz Raja would have been having his heart in his mouth. Now knows that he gets to bat some more.
Catches win matches. Simply put.
Not many people say it, but drop catches actually can lose you matches.
Down the track this time. And he's making this drop catch count big time to his advantage. This is going to go for 6 more.
He slaughtered that ball, didn't he? Comes running down the track. And what you like about this is that he gets close enough to the pitch that even though the ball is turning away from him as a right-hander, it's close enough that he's able to drag it over the leg side. So already, just in this over alone, that drop has cost you 14 runs. And it is going to be to your advantage to make your team not continue to suffer from having dropped that catch, because Ramiz Raja can make you pay.
And 1 delivery to go in the over. 15 runs coming off of it already. That's going to be wide. And this is misfielded by the keeper. So that will be 3 wides as they run 2 off of it.
Yeah. Not the best of times in this over for Harmeet Singh. 18 runs already have come from it. But you've had that wide that went for 2 additional runs, plus the big drop catch, which I think might be the biggest story of what has come out of this over so far. Plenty of batting to come. Plenty of batting to come.
That's also going to be a wide. This time it's down leg. Just losing his radar here, Harmeet Singh.
Yeah, this is not going to make you feel much better. Mentioned the plenty of batting to come. Matthew Trump, who had 80 this morning in the semi-final, more than a run a ball, is probably who'd be in next.
Fired this one in, and a dot to end the over. 9 overs gone. It's 81 for 2. Mohamed Wilson back in the attack as we get into the 10th over. Staying fairly steady at under 9 runs and over. Space City Cowboys. Worked around the legs.
Getting to that point in the innings where the batting unit of the Space City Cowboys will start thinking, right, we have 64 balls remaining. Even though we've lost 2 overs, or make that 2 batters, we still have the Matthew Trumps, the Ali Sheiks, the Calvin Savages, the Zia Shazad even. So there's plenty of batting prowess to come. So the pair who are at the wicket, I would think from here would want to really get in the mindset where they're looking to accelerate. Especially at the end of Chahan, since his strike rate is now under 100.
Backing away this time, and this will be squeezed. It's beaten 2 fielders. I think we're going to have an injury here as well. Vinit Sinha has gone down, and he's grimacing while holding his shoulder. It's run away for 4.
Certainly grimacing there. That right there, that is a tricky one. He's landed on his right shoulder, and that is going to be a story the rest of the way.
That was close. That was very close to the leg stump. Looking to work it into the leg side, goes very far across the stumps. Chauhan. Should just be the single to wrap up the 10th over. Halfway point of the game, it's 88 for 2.
So 88 for 2, halfway through over, make that first innings, over number 10 complete. 88 for 2, doing the math, Lenia Chaibar, that projects to a score of 176, which would probably be under what they would want to end up at, the Space City Cowboys.
Yes, Brian. And you got the feeling we talked about the runs have come in the last day or so, maybe 10 or 15 more than where we started. And I get the feeling, having gone through the semi-final, scoring 195, Brian, they would want a target, maybe something 160, 170, even if they could get up to 185.
Vinitsina into the attack, and I will tell you that I'm really happy to see that Vinitsina is into the attack, because we just talked about in that last over diving on the boundary to prevent or to attempt to stop a 4. Seemed like he came down very heavily on top of his shoulder, but clearly good enough to keep going.
Yeah, we saw a fair share of injury also on the other pitch, Brian. One of the game, a collision with Parrot Car and one of the other fielders, and haven't seen Parrot Car since.
Worked her on the leg side. Jesse Singh patrolling the boundary at deep, fine leg. Does well enough to limit the damage to 1 run.
Yeah, we've seen a very good partnership between Ramiz Raja and certainly IDC. And they've really pushed this partnership to 39, Brian. And bearing in mind, both were put down. Ramiz Raja gave a chance when he was on 19, and Ian Dev. And Ian Dev also gave a chance when he was quite early into his innings. And so, well, chances, they're all part of the game. So you factor in all that to be a good player.
Slash and a miss. It's getting to the stage in the innings, Lenny, where I'm expecting for there to be some acceleration. 39 is what this partnership is worth, but you're starting to get to the point where you're closer to the end of the innings than the beginning, so you need to start pushing on to up that run rate.
Well, they've got a lot of batting to come. Matthew Trump, we saw him getting 88. Ali Sheikh can give it a tap, and Calvin Savage, who has come into the tournament in the last couple of days, Brian. So they've got so much batting power to come. But we've seen a very good stage set here.
Hands to the top of the head for Vinitsina. My goodness. So you have a long way to go here, Lenny, but it feels like you're getting to the stage in the innings where you need to start looking to see how you can, for example, get Yandev Chauhan to get above a strike rate of 100. 29 from 32, but he slowed down tremendously the last few overs.
Yes, you're right, Brian. A partnership of 40. And I talked about when you've got the likes of Trump, Calvin Savage, and Ali Sheikh to come. You've got so much batting as 56 balls remaining, so they'll have to manage that. Mm-hmm. And if at any time any messages go out to the middle, yeah, I quite agree that run a ball, probably good for the last couple of overs, but you come down to the latter stages here, we're into the 11th over. With batting to come, you probably want to make a move.
Goes big, straight down the ground. That is what you expect from Ramiz Raja. Right out of the screws.
Yeah, lovely shot from Ramiz, who's played a lot of his cricket here back in the days when he played for the Hurricanes. And look at that, bang, straight down the ground and takes them closer to the 100 mark.
Oh my goodness, that is a huge strike by Ramiz Raja. Very dangerous, as you said. Played for years right here in the Houston area. Played for the Houston Hurricanes. Of course, you've seen him around over the years playing in all these tournaments for the Houston-based franchises. So very familiar with the conditions and looking to push on. What a great comeback delivery that one is, though, from Vinit Sinha. Can't do much with that delivery, but he'll retain the strike. End of over number 11. A good one. 10 runs coming from it. 98 for 2 after 11. For 2, Lenny down to the last 9 overs of this innings. First innings of the final. It appears that it will be Shubham Ranjan to take over the attack.
Yes, Brian, we saw 29 in the last 2 overs. This one went for 10 from Vinit. And we saw one that went for 19 from Harmeet Singh. So relative to that, you've got to say that the space that the Cowboys have picked it up.
Gone. Or is it? No, it is off of probably the body of the batter, certainly not the bat or the glove. Fielders started to celebrate, but I think even they know that this is not out.
Yeah, we'll take a look at our umpires, Myron James and Owen Brung. Yeah, going down the leg side for sure. Not a leg before call, but a little bit of bat pad. And I'm wondering, a couple of overs ago, was there an edge on one call that Pranav Chattopadhyay may have bubbled?
You know, the reaction at the time indicates to me that it may well have been an edge, but it's a very thick edge, so my sense is that that's why it was not collected. Scoop shot. More runs on offer here, running close to the boundary and getting there for 4.
Yeah, we're beginning to see an acceleration here from Ramiz Raja and Ian Dev Chauhan. And look at this, finding gaps behind the keeper, always good. Not too many men patrol that area. And we saw an over that went for 19 from Harmy. The last over from Vinit went for 10. And this one has gone for 4 in just a couple of balls. They pick things up. The 100 comes up. It's 102 for 2.
So 100 coming up at the exact same time that the 50 partnership comes up. This partnership, 51, exactly half of the runs scored so far, 102. So they've definitely gotten the memo. Let's get going. Another one cut away into the deep for a single.
Yeah, this is a very good partnership between the pair out in the middle. Saw them lose a couple of wickets, that of Kananta and certainly that of Norman Anwar. And Brian, both of them have survived a chance at least, but they've made the full out of those opportunities.
Good batting. Just dropping it into the offside. Talking about drop catches, Lenny. Norman Anwar was dropped on 13. He went on to score 28 or 29, so it didn't cost too much. Ramiz Raja was dropped on 9. He's now on 37. So this feels like it could be a lot more dangerous because not only is he on 37, but he's striking it at more than 2 runs a ball. Strike rate above 200. Single into the outfield that time.
Yeah, and we saw also Chauhan was given a life on 19. So they've made very good progress taking those chances. And we talked about this big partnership of 54 still undefeated. 2 batters out in the middle. And Harmeet Singh going for 19 a couple of overs ago.
Flicked into the leg side. Ooh, shy at the stumps. They get there without much fuss in the end, but another productive over. 8 runs coming from it. End of over number 12, Lenny. 106 for 2.
Yes, Brian, we're seeing a fight back here. We talked about Space City Cowboys, who have not lost a game. Ramiz down for a little stretch. And also always at the end of the over, the emergency fielders always find time to run onto the field with some refreshment, Brian.
106 for 2. End of 13. Make that end of 12. Beginning of 13. Vinit Sinha. And again, really happy to see that he's able to continue despite the injury that he suffered earlier. Worked into the leg side. More runs here. In fact, it's just a single. But yeah, Lenny, the acceleration feels like it's well and truly underway. Projected score from here is 176. But that's at the current run rate. You'd think they'd be able to improve on it.
Yeah, not when you have Trump, Ali Sheikh, and Calvin Savage to come, Brian. Maybe you'll probably take that up 15 or 20. A throw into the stumps.
Gone by a mile, isn't he? Had that been hit. Oh, there he goes. He's played that shot a number of times, Ramiz Raja, and that sails away for 6, up to now 44, and that drop catch when he was a 9 looking more and more prominent.
Yeah, look at this. 4th 6 of the inning so far. Couple with a couple of 4s. And he has a love targeting that part of the field, Brian Walters.
Yes.
It's 113 for 2. And every time those big shots play to the right of us, they've brought their fan club. Fan club of about 7. But very loud.
They're loud 7. So Lenny, you're the perfect person to ask this question. You would have seen the innings from Matthew Trump earlier. All I did was read about it. So maybe you can tell me a little bit about how Matthew Trump looked.
Well, I'll start by saying that I want to think Pv6 is a bigger ground than Pv5. That's one. He hit 9 6s.
9 6s. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, really batted well, and he came in at a time in which probably most batsmen would have gone into a shell. Wide is a signal from umpire Owen Brown. And Brian, we talk about our umpires. Owen Brown, who's been part of the setup, has really moved his umpiring career upwards in the last 2 or 3 years. A bit of question here from Vinny, maybe not too pleased with a ball that we seemingly saw from a replay. Slow down as much as we can. Went for a wide.
Talking about Owen Brown. Owen Brown has developed into such a good umpire that you forget that he was about the most destructive right-handed batter that you'd have ever hoped to find. If I'm not mistaken, still holds the record for the highest score in the Houston Cricket League, 237 some 15 or so years ago.
Yeah, he was telling us about it the other night.
Tell you what, Ramiz Raja maybe just losing his shape a little bit. If he plays that one toward extra cover, I think he gets more out of that shot.
And Brian, just coming back to the umpires, Myron James. Mm-hmm. If you look at Myron James, and he tells me he's from Antigua, I don't have a problem with that. But when I look at Myron James and realize he's from Antigua, I see Andy Roberts.
Andy Roberts, Sir Anderson, Montgomery, Everton, Roberts, and the woman standing to your right probably never heard that name.
You guys just don't realize how old I am.
Well,
or what generation I'm from.
But Brian, I've got to be disappointed with you. You had 5 days working with Monali, and she doesn't know Roberts. She doesn't know Marshall.
If she didn't know Marshall, I knew she was not going to know Roberts. I didn't even bother bringing up Roberts.
You have failed in your West Indian cricket history to passing it on. I need to tell people in the West Indies what Brian is doing in the United States.
Or not doing, apparently. 2 balls remaining, 116 on the board, Lenny. Vinit Sinha, I think, is bowling well in parts, but there's that just a loose ball every once in a while. And then Ramiz Raja, who has a full license, is looking to attack him.
Yeah, ball tugged into the onside. And Brian, when you look at the partnership, 66 so far between Dev and certainly Raja. And we talked about that batting to come, but you can't complain. They're doing 9 runs and over. So you do the math, 43 balls remaining.
For me at this stage, it's on the end of Chauhan. He needs to accelerate some way whenever he gets on strike, like now. Because you have plenty of batting to come and just 43 balls remaining in the innings. That's the intent that you want to see from him. He'll keep strike here as I split it into the outfield. 12 runs come from over number 13. Space City Cowboys looking to accelerate again. 118 for 2 after 12. After 13. Mohamed Mohsen coming back into the attack. 2 overs, 14 runs conceded. And if Jahan been there for 37 balls, has 34 runs against his name. Down the track, and that's exactly what you expect from this stage from Yendev Chauhan.
Yeah, we've seen a good knock from Ramiz Raja and Chauhan. And it looks like Ramiz Raja will get to a half century, Brian.
Why would you say that then? You just jinxed him, Lenny.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of half century in this tournament.
Reverse sweep. Where's that gone? Went all the way. Did it? For 6, it does. Ramiz Raja, despite the jinx that Lenny attempted, did not work. 52 from 23.
Well, we've seen quite a few half centuries. In fact, when I was over on the other pitch, coming into the 2 semifinals, we have seen some 22 half centuries, and this is another one. And so well played, Ramiz Raja. That partnership has gone up to 74.
May I remind you, Lenny, that Ramiz Raja was dropped on 9. So these are all runs that he should not have been able to score. And which, with each run that he gets, Akarshik Gomel feels worse and worse every time. Because he's the fielder who could not secure that catch.
So the Cowboys, they're on course here, Brian, to get up to 180, 190. A lot of batting to come, 125 for 2. Still 40 balls to be bowled, and they're going at a solid 9.
Reverse sweep again. Should just be one. Akarshik Gomel himself, we just mentioned, does the fielding, patrolling the boundary lines as captain. Lenny, they're scoring at 9.3, as you mentioned. Projected score, they're 187. 11 and over gets you to 198. I would have to think, with the batting resources that they still have, that they'd be thinking about something close to 200 at a minimum.
So Mohamed Mohsin has gone for 23, almost finishing up his 3rd over. Lamba has gone for just about 6.5 runs on over. He's been quite economical of all the bowlers so far.
Well, this partnership is now worth 76. You have 37 balls remaining in this innings, 8 wickets in hand, loads of batting to come. It feels like this is the time that you need to go into 5th gear.
Yeah, this has been a good over here from Mohsin. Apart from the 6 that we saw, has held it together. And we've seen 3 singles and 1 dot. Where will he finish here? This might be a big opportunity for Ramiz. And Brian, between the 2 out in the middle, Ramiz has been the more attacking.
Oh, that goes without saying. Ramiz Raja's strike rate above 200, and Dev Chauhan's strike rate under 100. In fact, it's at 90. So it feels like it's incumbent on him to start accelerating like that. That is a huge shot from Ramiz Raja, showing him how it's done. Goes for 6, the second 6 in the over. 15 come from over number 14. 133 for 2.
Yeah, another massive shot from Ramiz. And look at that. Into the onside by a long way. And to close out over number 14, 133 for 2.
Trouble here for the Clarion Eagles. Going back to their strike bowler, senior strike bowler, USA quick Jesse Singh. 2 overs bowled. Took a wicket with a good sharp bouncer to dismiss young man Arya Kanantha in his first over. And that second over only went for 9. So he does have the ability to take wickets, Jesse Singh. I don't know necessarily that you're looking for him to take wickets. In fact, you always accept wickets. But the issue here is that you need to slow down the onslaught. 52 runs in the last 5 overs. Scoop shot attempted. Everyone is appealing. Umpire Owen Brown has his finger stay at his side. Did we see what they saw, Lenny Chaibar?
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Jesse Singh is suggesting that Owen Brown should have raised the index finger. A lot of gaps here. I'm not too sure, Brian, but Pranav went up quite quickly.
Well, Pranav even stopped appealing because he was so sure it was out. Obviously, without the technology, we don't know that there was an edge, but you certainly, based on the reaction of Jesse Singh and Pranav Chattopadhyay, that they thought that was really out.
So the partnership stays intact at 82. And we come down to the latter stages here. Jesse Singh is into his third. He's picked up 1 so far. Picked up the wicket of Arya Kananta a long time ago.
Skied, who wants it? On the infield, Harmeet Singh. Simple catch. So even if that was an edge, it did not hurt very much because the very next delivery is the end of Yandev Chauhan. 36 from 41, 133 for 3.
Yes, you're right on that. No changes at all. Maybe a ball later. And Jesse Singh picks up his second wicket, that of Chauhan. And so Jesse Singh has picked up 2 so far. It's 133 for 3.
Big wicket that in the context of this game, you want to break wickets, you want to break partnerships. But if you were to ask the Space City Cowboys, who would they prefer to have gotten out? I think they'd prefer that the man who is still there, Ramiz Raja, 59 from 25, is the one they want there because you want to see an acceleration. Interesting move here. And as somebody who watched the first game, I want your opinion on this, Lenny. Ali Sheikh is coming in ahead of Matthew Trump.
I'm kind of surprised when Matthew has scored 88 in quick time. We talked about 9 sixes, but Ali Sheikh has been given the green light to go. And he comes in here, Brian, with Jesse Singh bowling. And we'll have to wait and see how this plans out here. Still Matthew Trump to come and Calvin Savage back in the shade. And Kartik Gatapali.
Might it be because you have Harmeet Singh, who bowls a left-arm orthodox, turning it into the lefty. You have Mohammed Mohsin, whose leg breaks will be turning into the lefty. Might that be the reason why you would bring in Ali Sheikh to negate those types of bowlers?
Even if you're telling me about the matchups, how do you justify almost 100 in a T20 game? Jesse Singh.
And you tell that person, nope, sorry, you need to stay there. Monali and I were covering the final over in the first match yesterday when Ali Sheikh turned down 4 singles and had some trouble getting the bat to ball in that last over. Now, he did end the innings with a 6. So if you know anything about Ali Sheikh, you know he can hit the ball a mile. But it does beg the question, for a man who has 80 from some 30-odd balls, why is that man not at the crease right now?
So Jesse Singh, in the meantime, so far he's gone runless in the over. Picked up the wicket of Chauhan. We talked about that big partnership of 82 coming to an end. And Jesse Singh with 2 in the back. Second time in this competition he's gone for a couple of wickets. And he comes in now to bowl to the new man, Ali Sheikh.
Swipe and a miss. Another dot. There's just 2 balls remaining here in over number 15, Lenny. You want to take wickets because wickets slow down the run rate or the scoring rate. Ali Sheikh has faced a couple of dots having come to the crease, and it feels like the plan right now really needs to get the man back on strike who's on 59 from 25.
Yeah, I get the feeling that Jesse Singh has pulled back. What we were talking about, something in the vicinity of 190 overs like this, will probably push them back.
Mm-hmm.
So Ali Sheikh gives a strike over to Ramiz Raja. We talked about his half century here, the second one of this tournament. He got a 56 along the way, Brian. 56 against the Americans. And still Trump to come. Calvin Savage, Kartik Gatapali, who has a good tap in his hand. But they've opted to go to Ali Sheikh. Rami's still there on 59, and Jesse has bowled a very good over so far. He's only conceded one, picked up one, and still with one more ball to go.
15 in the last over, and just one run in this over with one ball to come. It feels like Ramiz Raja will be swinging for the fences on this ball. Oh, he thought about it, didn't he? Came running down the track, induces a wide from Jesse Singh, and they'll get an additional run.
Yeah, extras have gone up to 9, 8 wides and 1 leg by. And so a little bit delay here in over number 15. Ali Sheikh comes back onto strike. Brian, they're going just over 9. It was not too long ago, it was 9.4, pushing towards 9.5. But this over from Jesse Singh with only 3 off it should have been completed by that delivery, but we've seen a wide. Ali Sheikh on strike.
Here is the extra ball. Manali and I have spoken the entire week about what happens on that extra ball that you did not need to bowl. What happens here? Doesn't hurt him very much, does it? Just a single into the covers. That closes out over number 15. 4 runs coming from it, a successful one. End of 15, 137 for 3.
Five overs to come in the innings. Sitting at just above 9 runs and over. And that last wicket lost came at a good time. A wicket of Ian Dave Chauhan. 36 off 39, was looking to accelerate his innings, to accelerate his strike rate. More importantly, it was a pretty good partnership between him and Ramiz Raja. Ramiz Raja, the acceler between the two. Shubham Ranjanay. Keeping it wide of the left-hander's swinging arc. It's going to be a swing and a miss for Dot.
Yeah, we're beginning to see Clarion Eagles mount a fight back. And we saw a very good over from Jesse Singh, and now Ranjani has started pretty well. At a time, perhaps Manali and Ali Sheikh should have been. He's faced 5 balls. He's only gotten 2 so far.
Surprised, but the extra bit of bounce on that one, Ali Sheikh. Paced this innings very well, hasn't he, Ramiz Raja? 59 off 25. Hit a few long ones. Not been afraid to take the attack onto the bowlers or back to the bowlers.
Certainly Manali, but the big question is, people who are watching and really following what is happening here, and certainly the Space City Cowboys, where is Matthew Trump? We're coming down towards the end here. Ali Sheikh, I'm pretty sure, was asked to come in and score quickly. He hasn't done that. He's faced 6 balls. He's only mustered 3 runs, and the intent hasn't been there. And what we're seeing is 59 from Ramiz Raja, who's had to do the heavy lifting for a long time now. He continues to be the man that Space City is hoping that he moves on and really score big again.
latched onto this. It's smashed straight back, and it's going to run away for 4 runs. And there's that acceleration. There's that aggression that we're talking about with Ramiz Raja.
Yeah, he's really batted well. Came in at the number 4. And look at that. He's still been able to find the boundaries. 6 sixes from him so far and 3 fours. And he's really doing well. He's doing the heavy lifting.
You always really need that one batter to anchor the innings, don't you? Along the ground this time. Jesse Singh will keep it to just the one. So as I was saying, you always need that one batter to just keep things ticking along if you're losing wickets on the other end. Also makes it a lot easier for the new batters coming in to then try and find a little bit of time to settle in.
Yeah, not a bad over here from Shubham. And now Ali Shea goes into the direction of Saif Badar and he puts it down.
Should have been taken. Instead, it's resulted in 4 runs. They have dropped a few here today. Clarion Eagles, they need to get a bit tidier in the field because this is resulting in more runs. Misjudged, didn't quite get under the ball. Change of pace and beats the outside edge. 16 overs gone is 147 for 3. Three catches gone down so far by the Clarion Eagles. I'd love to see just how expensive this latest catch becomes. It is the finals, the Houston Open 2026 finals. And you want to have a near perfect game because both of these games or both of these sides are very neck and neck in terms of talent and ability. So you expect a very competitive game.
Yeah, you're talking about the finals. Last year we saw Houston Stars and Atlanta Fire. And so this year in 2026, Manali, 2 new finalists. Saw the Atlanta Fire losing to Space City Cowboys and PRG losing to Clarion.
Heaved down the ground. And it'll be just the single.
Yeah, we've seen about 3 or 4 chances put down by Clarion Eagles. And I thought somewhere along the line, Manali, one of the balls while I was off calm may have been put down with a little bit of bubble from Pranav earlier on. And the reason I know that because when I was scoring, the umpire never signaled anything of a leg by, so that might have been another chance.
Yeah, it's a pretty old saying, catches win matches, isn't it? But it translates to the impact that that potential drop might lead to in terms of runs, in terms of partnerships, also in terms of pressure on the field.
Yeah, we talked about those catches from Ramiz and Chauhan ended up to be an 82-run partnership somewhere along the line. So that's one. And number 2 has really betrayed the trust of some of the bowlers who have worked hard to induce some false shots.
That's going to be wide. Pace off delivery just misses his mark. Yeah, he's trying to show that it's in by that much.
The 150 comes up. And Manali, one of the things, if when you look at the line on the pitch, they're different for different purpose. You look at the outer line, for example, on a pitch, and that is probably if you're playing Test cricket, then we can go with that line. If you're playing limited over cricket, then that inner line works. And then there's another 2 lines that has been drawn.
up in the air, high up in the air, and it falls in no man's land. Agonizing to watch as a bowler, isn't it? You create the chance, you get the false shot, and absolutely no one there to take the catch.
Yes, Manali down in the 17th over. You probably want to go defensive. You're there to save runs. All the fielders have been pushed back.
High in the air again. Does he have the connection this time? Absolutely does. This is going to sail all the way for 6 runs.
Well, we got the feeling that Ali Sheikh came out to score quickly and to hit the ball to all parts of the ground. Well, he's connected on this one. His first 6 of the innings. And it comes in the 17th over. Lovely strike from him. That's what he came out for. And that's what he has done on this occasion. 157 for 3.
That's going to be a big wicket. Ali Sheikh just starting to open up those shoulders, and he's nicked one back to the keeper. Pranav Chattopadhyay, safe pair of hands.
Yeah, Lamba picks up 1, his first wicket of the game. Yep, and straight away Ali Sheikh doesn't wait for the extended finger of Owen Brown. He walks, and it's 157 for 4. Ali Sheikh gone.
Well, here's the man that you've been asking for, Lenny. Matthew Trump walks out to the middle. He's got 3.1 overs.
Yeah, we saw in the semi-final game. Came in at about maybe 8 or the 9th over of that match and really turned things around for Space City. And we talked about 9 sixes. And fair share of 4s, but here he is. And as you mentioned, Manali, 1 ball in this over, and we've got 3 overs remaining.
Looking to capitalize on these final overs. Space City Cowboys. The closer they get to 200, the more pressure there is for the batters coming in the second innings. Scoreboard pressure will be massive. 17 overs gone, 158 for 4. Right, 3 overs to go. 158 on the cards. Don't think 200 is off the cards here. What do you think, Lenny?
Well, we're hoping, or probably the anticipation is that Trump does what he did a couple of hours ago. But you get the feeling Manali, Clarion Eagles have got some bowlers here that could push ahead to prevent them from getting that 10 and 11 and over. Jesse Singh still has 1. Lamba has been good. And whether or not they're going to go back to Ranjani and Mohsin for sure, he has another 1. So they have got their bowling figured out. We've got 3 overs remaining. Harmeet will bowl 1. Jesse with 1 maybe. And Mohammed Mohsin may get 1. Let's see.
Off the back foot. Matthew Trump.
And the fact is, Manali, I call those three names because they're all presently international cricketers. Mohsin, Jesse Singh, and now Harmeet will bowl one here. So they've got that covered. If you think probably the 18th will be given, in fact the 19th will be given to Mohsin. I don't see why, but we'll wait and see. And Manali, we have seen a very still day, which is quite unusual on this pitch. So not a lot of breeze. In fact, I don't see any at all.
Down the ground. And a couple of bounces to the fielder in the deep. Almost just feels like the calm before the storm, isn't it?
Yeah, in our game, and I'm pretty sure the same thing here. We saw some dark clouds halfway time during the first semi-final, but we've seen our fair share of the sun. The sun seems to be battling the clouds in another game by itself. And so far, I think the sun is winning.
Trying to give himself some room, Matthew Trump. Doesn't manage to get any bat on this.
Yeah, this is a good over for Harmeet Singh. 3 balls into the over. We've only seen a couple of runs. Very tidy here at this juncture.
Down the track this time. This is skied high. Harmeet Singh getting under it. And he's going to take the catch. Pranav Chattopadhyay not too far away from him. A bit of unsurety of whether Harmeet Singh is going for it or not. But well-judged catch and completes the wicket by himself. It's 5 down now.
Yeah, if I was Harmeet Singh, Manali, I would have beckoned or called on Pranav. Take it! All right, but in the end, Harmeet Singh confidently calls for it, executes the catch off his own bowling. And after, well, we're in the 18th over, it's 160 for the loss of 5.
Five down with 160 on the cards. We were talking of getting to 200. And the Space City Cowboys have just lost a wicket. Harmeet Singh picking up his second wicket, 33 for 2. He's been effective. He's got 2 more deliveries to come in the spell. Reversed off the first delivery, not in the best of control. Calvin Savage, a new batter out in the middle. And he will get off the mark with a couple of runs here. 3 runs, in fact. Good running.
Yeah, Calvin Savage has come into the latter stage. In fact, we'll take that back. Calvin Savage is not off the mark. His leg by is from umpire Myron James. But it doesn't alter any scores on the card itself. But Calvin Savage has come into the latter stages of this tournament. Saw him yesterday at the ground. And quickly got into the semi-final reckoning this morning. And here he is playing in the Houston final in 26.
Just taking a bit of a breather, Ramiz Raja. On 67. He also brings out the reverse. And also not very well connected. This should be leg buys. Yep, there we go. End of the 18th, it's 164 for 5.
So this is Brian original pictures, right?
What's that?
This is his.
been an incredible half century from Ramiz Raja. He's been able to put this ball away all around the park. And some excellent connection. You look at the amount of balance that he has into all of his shots. And quite appropriately, makes sense that he is on 67 off 30 when he's anchored this innings. Had a good partnership with Ian Dave Chauhan earlier. And his team will need him to finish these 20 overs. They're going to count on this late push from him.
Yeah, 6 sixes from him and 3 fours. Jesse Singh. Manali will bowl the 19th. And he starts with a very good delivery. Not much evenly in form. Ramiz Raja, who's been there for some time, can't get that away.
.24 for 2 and in his final over, Jesse Singh. Been effective.
Yeah, we've seen Jesse Singh. This is the second time he's picked up a 2-wicket haul. Got 2 for 12 along the way. He's picked up, what, 2 for 25, as you mentioned. Still looking for more.
That's going to be a wide. Bit too far outside that off-stump guideline.
Yeah, wide again outside the off-stump. Extras have gone up to 15 now, Manali. We've seen wides totaling 10 so far. We've seen 4 leg buys. In fact, 3 leg buys and 2 buys. So that's on the high side. Giving away 15 extras, Manali, in T20 game, permitted or not? 1 is too many.
That's when we talk about consistency, isn't it? You just don't want to leak runs and extras into the leg side. Won't mind the singles at this point in the game. Clarion Eagles want to try and keep it as far away from that 200 mark that we're talking about.
Yeah, you're right on that. At one time, Brian was predicting something in the vicinity of 180, 190. And I made mention that as we came towards the semi-final, we're beginning to see some taller scores. Both semi-final were scores, at least the batting first score was 190. My game was 194. I think over here was about that. And so far it's 166. 10 balls remaining. We'll see where we get Calvin Savage on strike.
Loose delivery, going for the slower ball. He's going to luck out on this one, Jesse Singh, as it's just going to be a single.
Yeah, this has been a very good over here from Jesse Singh. He will finish up here. 2 for 28 so far. Still got 3 balls remaining. We've seen a wide. Other than that, Jesse has kept it very tidy. Let's see Ramiz Raja. Is he getting a change of glove? Yep. And he's been there for some time. We've seen a big partnership between him and Chauhan. A partnership of 82 earlier on. So he has really batted well, Ramiz Raja Jr. And we talked about the fact, Manali, that he's been home at the PVCC over the last couple of years when he was playing for the Houston Hurricanes, and minor league cricket has then moved on to some other franchise, but PVCC for some time has been his home.
That's going to be another wide. And this right here has been the issue with Jesse Singh. When he's on the mark, he's very effective. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the consistency when it comes to keeping the extras in control.
Yeah, extras have gone up to 16. Manali, you're right on that. Sometimes these overs, when you're probably on a momentum, on a bowling momentum, you want to close them out and get going. He hasn't done that. We've seen this over going on for a while, and that is because Jesse has run up 6 times, and he has to run up another couple of times here because of 2 no balls that he has registered. And we'll come into bowl to Ramiz Raja.
Pulled away. And again, just another single. It's been an interesting over, hasn't it? Quiet with runs off the bat, but you've now had to, or you will have to bowl 2 extra deliveries because of those 2 wides.
Yeah, Calvin Savage has only faced a couple of balls, and I remember maybe 3-4 years ago when Calvin Savage came onto the scene in the United States. He was a great finisher. He was always known to come and hit the last couple of balls out of the park, and being part of the Major League setup these days, and still looked upon the type of player who will come in towards the end and really get things going.
Hammered down the ground, and it's been hit very powerfully. Excellent work in the deep to keep this to just the 2 runs.
Yeah, a couple of runs, and it's a good contest by Jesse Singh, who plays international cricket and has been on that stage for some time. And this is going to be a really good contest with him and Calvin Savage so far. Some minor triumphs for Jesse Singh. No balls have gone away for the boundary. And had it not been for a couple of wides, Manali, we probably would have started the 20th over already.
Yeah, long over indeed. 1 legal delivery to come. Still 1 legal delivery to come, because that's another wide.
Yeah, ball outside the off stump again from Jesse Singh. So he has trouble completing or closing out this over. And I talked about certainly not the windiest of days. I've felt a lot of wind on this ground in the last 4 or 5 days. It's a windy part of the park. It's towards the highway. And we've been here so many times when there's windy conditions, but not today. And Jesse Singh still struggling to really close this over out. I hope he does so now.
It should just be a single. Oh no, this is excellent running. Is it? No, he's gone. That second one was always going to be a bit tight, and it's the big wicket of Ramiz Raja. Ramiz Raja was going to be key in these final deliveries to come, and he's walking back because he's been run out off the last delivery of this very long Jesse Singh over.
So they come back, and probably in the end we've seen a very good throw, good pickup here from Jesse Singh, and he's out by a mile. So Ramiz Raja gone, 173 for 6, run out 1.
Gone for 69 of 34, Ramiz Raja, and it's 173 for 6. Karthik Gattapalli, new batter, comes in with 1 over to face. This works out well for Clarion Eagles because they don't bowl to Calvin Savage. They're bowling to the new batter and want to try and keep him on that end for as long as they can.
Yeah, we saw in the last game for them at the dying stage, he was also batting in the last over, Karthik Gattapalli, and he struck a 6. So we'll see how that goes. Ranjani.
High up in the air, very high up in the air, and the bowler is going to complete this. Shubham Ranjani. That ball was spinning. He adjusted, readjusted, and finally got under it. That's the 7th one gone. Karthik Gattapalli, he'll have to make the long walk back for a duck.
Yeah, it's a golden duck, and I'll tell you some stories about those golden duck in this competition, but a well-judged catch from Ranjani himself, And take a look at this. It's high in the air. Manali, I would have called for Pranav again.
No.
But in the end, a swirling bit of work here from Shubham Ranjani. And he holds on for dear life. 173 for 7. You know, Vishnu.
Well, it's not going to be a hat trick for Shubham Ranjani if this next one is a wicket, but it will be a team hat trick. They've now lost 2 on 173 runs. The run out the over before. And Karthik Gatapali the ball before. It's going to be Zia Shahzad to face. Really lost momentum here over the last 2-3 overs. And they absolutely would have needed these runs. Space City Cowboys. Fetching a very wide delivery.
Yeah, this is a good over from Ranjani. While Manali not credited with well, he took a very good catch. You get a feeling that we weren't even thinking along the line that Ranjani would have been given the last over. We were looking probably Vineet still had well, not Vineet, Lamba still had one. Jesse Singh has just finished, maybe Mohamed Mohsin, but they have thrown the ball to Ranjani. He's done very good so far. Calvin Savage on strike.
This is going to be the matchup, isn't it? Coming back for 2. He's done really well here, Shubham Ranjani, to keep them as quiet as possible towards the end of this final over.
You'll take 2 any day. The Clarion Eagles want to make sure that the ball does not go across and over the ropes.
Teeing off, and he's got quite a good hit on him here. This will roll away for 4 runs. Just puts his bat out as well.
Yeah, his first 4 of the innings, and I'm wondering if it's the tournament. And so you might be celebrating one of those big hits. And Manali, if you go outside where you can hear the songs and really feel the breeze, they've brought their fan club along.
Worked into the leg side. It's in the gap, and good piece of willow in his hands, because this runs away for another 4 runs. Back-to-back boundaries. And I'd said this was going to be the matchup.
Yeah, these flurries at the end, they really help those teams. And how many times we've seen the difference between the two sides are these runs towards the end. 11 in this over so far, with a ball remaining, considering Ranjani would have picked up the wicket of Karthik Gatapali off the first ball, but we've seen a good knock here so far from Calvin Savage. 14 off 7 with 1 ball to come.
This is well bowled. Very full, doesn't allow for the batter to get under it, and it's going to be a single to close off the innings. 20 overs done, 185 for 7. Space City Cowboys will feel they had a shot at 200. They'll have to come out and bowl well. 186 in their 20 overs is what's needed for the Clarion Eagles. So we take a quick look at this batting card. Started well, Naman Anwar, 29 off 17. Kananta gone for a duck today. And a good partnership then between Ian Dave Chauhan, 36 off 42, and Ramiz Raja, 69 off 34. Chipped in Ali Sheikh with 14, and Calvin Salvage with a late push of 15 off 8 deliveries to get them to 185 for 7.
Yeah, we'll look at the bowling card. And towards the end, a mixed feeling. Jesse Singh, glad to see him among the wickets, 2 for 33. And also we saw Harmeet Singh, almost similar figure, 2 wickets for 33. The others picked up 1 in Shubham Ranjani and Abhimanyu Lamba. So, folks, there you have it, 185 at the end of their 20 overs. We gotta come back in 50 minutes time, and here is a highlights of what has happened so far.
Jesse Singh started things very early as he picked up Arya Kanantha on a duck. He had a really good spell today apart from his last over. And it was those lines that he bowled that were just a bit challenging for the batters. Then this was the big partnership that started to form, the one between Nauman Anwar and Ian Dave Chauhan. Got a good partnership. Nauman Anwar part of 27 off 17 alongside Ian Dave Chauhan, who did start aggressively and then just started to get a bit bogged down towards the end of his innings of 36 off 39. But you've got to give credit to Nauman Anwar, who continued to tick along and took a lot of that pressure off of Ian Dave Chauhan before he fell. He fell to Harmeet Singh, Nauman Anwar, and Ian Dave Chauhan fell to Jesse Singh. In the end, couple of chances given as well. Clarion Eagles putting down 3 catches, allowing for 3 of the batters to get a life and to go on and score a few more runs to add to the total. The shots that were hit were absolutely glorious. Some of them pummeled down the ground. This, an excellent one, just lapping it behind square of the keeper. And the aggression continued. Ramiz Raja top scoring in this batting lineup. 69 runs coming off of his bat today. And Harmeet Singh, he's had a good spell, as has Shubham Ranjane. The bowlers not too bad. They did the hard yards. Unfortunately, it was the fielding that's let them down on multiple occasions today. There was the 3rd catch that was put down. A late push comes in the form of Matthew Trump. Managed to put a few runs on the cards. Until this moment right here, skied high, wasn't able to get the number of runs that he did in the first game today in the semi-finals. Harmeet Singh completes that catch off his own bowling. And outwalked Kartik Gatapalli for just a quick 1 delivery as he walked back for a duck. And then the final moment to close this innings. Few late boundaries. Calvin Savage struck some lusty blows to set his side up with a decent number of runs, 185 for 7 in their 20 overs. We're going to take a short break here. When we come back, the Clarion Eagles are going to need 186 in their 20 overs. See you in a bit.
There's only one minor league champion.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is locked into the onside. A slow, short ball.
There's only one minor league champion.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is locked into the onside. A slow, short ball.
There's only one minor league champion.
So welcome back. 186 from 120 balls. And that's the situation in the final. Space City Cowboys. Certainly led by a big knock from Ramiz Raja. Welcome back, Brian Walters. They need to get 9.3. That's the asking rate.
9.3 per over required in a final, Lenny, is a little bit of a daunting task. There will be a few nerves to start with, but you think that they've been here long enough. This pitch is playing really well. Not a lot in terms of lateral movement, good consistent bounce. And so these batters are going to want to set themselves early. You don't need to get all 109 to make that 186 runs in the first 3 overs. Just get settled, get your feet under you, and then go for the runs.
So Chattapalliam has already slammed a 50 in the tournament. And Brian, one of the good things in this tournament, there are many good stuff about this tournament. The young talent on display. And Pranav Chattapalliam, he is one of them.
Pranav Chattapalliam is really, really impressive. It's not that long ago, Lenny, that he'd feature very heavily here in the Houston Youth Premier League, HYPL. But now, playing with the big boys and absolutely excelling.
So Nazar Jamali has been given the ball. And Mukhtar Ahmed, we talked about Pranav on strike. Mukhtar has come out with him. Here's the first ball, Nazar Jamali. And ball into the offside. Good start.
Nasir Jamali, he's a veteran. Left arm, looks to swing the ball into the right-hander, but away from the left-handed Pranav Chattapalliam. Been around for a very long time, Lenny. One of my favorite players in the entire U.S. cricket universe. Long-time servant of U.S. cricket. He has a job here. His job is to prevent the Clarion Eagles from getting off to a fast start in the power play.
So we talked about Pranav's very attacking player. He plays in my region. And look at that. He gets into the act early, and that is smashed over the long on area. Gone for 6.
Over the long on area, Lenny, it is 60 yards straight. So add 22 for the pitch. Add another 5 from the rope to the black background. That's a good, solid, almost 100-yard hit. That is absolutely amazing. Pranav Chattapalliam, really long arms, has good reach, and you see how well he times the ball. What a great way to start.
So a lovely strike from Pranav Chattapalliam. We talked about he has already picked up a 50 in the tournament. Got 36 in the semi-final. And here is Jamali. Ball, couple of good balls, but interrupted by a lovely shot from Pranav.
Well, he's a good, intelligent bowler, Nasir Jamali. Previous delivery was full, looking for swing. But that swung right into the arc of Pranav Chattapalliam. So Nasir Jamali knows that the next ball needs to be just a little bit short. Cannot give him, Pranav Chattapalliam, that ball to drive. And he does make the adjustment, so excellent job from Nasir Jamali.
Again, he goes in to the onside, and this one will travel. And that has gone all the way for a second maximum in this over off the bat of Pranav Chattapalliam.
.6.6. A little bit of a shimmy down the track. It was a similar length to the one that was defended the ball before. But this time, because he advances down the track, he meets it in such a way that he can play it off the front foot. And so in this mood, Pranav Chattapalliam is extremely difficult to bowl to. And we've not yet even seen Mukhtar Ahmed. Mukhtar Ahmed, who is just going great guns. Came into the day, 117 runs, leading run scorer in the tournament for the Clarion Eagles. And you'll look to see whether or not they can keep going at this fast start.
Again, Pranav Chattapalliam makes it look easy. And we have seen 3 sixes in this over. The last 2 balls from Nazar Jamali has gone upstairs.
Oh my goodness. Take a look at this again. Once again, just a little shimmy down the track. Didn't have as far to come this time because that ball was slightly fuller than the previous one, but still up the middle of the bat. And at this stage, if you're Nasir Jamali, you just start thinking, I might just need to switch to Yorker mode. Give me a good full straight ball and try not to allow him to get under these because he's making them travel.
Cut away, and it will go away for 4 on the offside. And what a finish and what a start here by Clarion Eagles. The first over comes to a close, Brian. 22 for none.
That ball going nowhere near where Pranav Chetapalliam was trying to play. So maybe you say it's a moral victory for the bowler Nasir Jamali. But my goodness, 1 over in the books, 22 on the board. What a fast start. And their leading batter has not yet faced the ball.
So Ali Khan, it appears, is walking to his mark, Brian. And you get the feeling with what has happened in this first over from Nazir Jamali. Ali Khan has gone for the experience, and of course, who in the world does not know Ali Khan from the United States?
Premier strike bowler, somewhere around 90 miles an hour at his quickest. He has a slightly different job here because his job is to stop this fast start by the Clarion Eagles.
So starts with a very fast ball outside the off stump, allowed to go by from Mukhtar Ahmed, straight into the gloves of Ian Dave Chauhan.
Absolutely. Ali Khan bowls with pace. That goes without saying. But look at the carry off the surface. It lands on a good length, and it is taken chest height by Yandev Chauhan. I will tell you that this is such a good matchup. Mukhtar Ahmed is a big hitter. He likes the ball coming onto the bat. It will be a really interesting matchup.
So you look where Ian Dev Chauhan is. Brian, you're good with yards.
I'd say 25.
A couple of good deliveries there from Ali Khan, and you always have that characteristic of a fast bowler.
Oh, he has the fast bowler's mentality, the attitude, the swagger, and I don't mean this negatively. He's in your face. He's in your face at 90 miles an hour, and then he's in your face a few feet away from you on the follow through. Look at this. Oh, okay, look at that right there. That tells you. I absolutely love to see that.
I saw him in the other game, in which I did the semifinal 2. And there was a time when he came back to bowl his last spell. Here we go again. Look at those icy stare. But on the other game, when they probably had the match wrapped up, he had come back for his latter stages over around the 17, 18 over here, and he was smiling. And I made mention that when we played cricket back in the days,
there was no smiling.
Well, you get to the park and 2 people you want to be friends with, the fast bowlers and the umpires. So you come to the park, you good morning arms, good morning, and the fast bowlers. You don't want to get them on the wrong side.
No,
Ali Khan. And if you come to the park and playing against Ali Khan, well, he's the one say, good morning, Ali Khan.
How was your night? Can I get you a drink, sir? That ball is zipping out of Ali Khan's hand. Look at this. Oh, that's a good look. Look how far behind the popping crease he is, too. That's what you like to see. There's no reason to try to threaten that front crease. He's plenty quick enough that he does not need to go any further up than that. Obviously, if you overstep that front crease, it's a no ball. Look how quickly the ball is coming out of Ali Khan's hand. He's in really good rhythm, and Mukhtar Ahmed has done well so far. Not really looking to attack just yet. I want to see what he does here to Pranav Chetapalliam.
So Chetapalliam in the last over struck 3 sixes and 1-4 off the bowling of Nazir Jamali. And this is going to be a good contest. And 2 international players here, Ali Khan and Pranav, has played at the junior level, and here is Ali Khan. Oh, that's a good delivery. The big appeal. And Myron James raises the finger, and it's Ali Khan. All pumped up, and it's Ali Khan for the win.
Look at Ali Khan. Do you think that this does not mean anything to him? May I remind you that only a few months ago, he was playing in the World Cup for the U.S. Really good delivery. That 4th stump line, and look at the celebration. Umpire Myron James eventually raising the finger, but I don't think there was any doubt, not the least of whom knew was the batter himself, Pranav Chattopadhyay, walking before umpire Myron James raised the finger. First wicket down. Pranav Chattopadhyay, a really fast start, 22 runs for him, but he has to depart, 23 for 1.
So Gomel comes to the middle. You see a brilliant ball from Ali Khan. And this wicket, Brian, comes at a time in which Pranav Chattopadhyay has taken Jamali apart. And that what separates the likes of Jamali and certainly Ali Khan. Got a brilliant ball to come in, and Pranav Chattopadhyay is in the shade. Gomel comes out.
It's that additional element of pace, isn't it? And this is really brilliant. Ali Khan with one ball remaining in his first over, but my goodness, he changes the game in so many different ways. The batters have to be ready. Mukhtar Ahmed, again, likes pace on the ball. Pranav Chattopadhyay done by the pace. I think an interesting matchup is going to be Ali Khan versus Mukhtar Ahmed. But in the meantime, the captain himself, Akashit Gomel, will be the one who's asked to hold off a rampant Ali Khan.
And the fact is, Brian, they don't have much time to really block and go to defensive. They still require 8 and 9 runs and over, actually. Defended into the offside, and Ali Khan finishes a very successful over. An over in which got the wicket of Pranav, only conceded 1. 2 gone is 23 for 1. So Nazir Jamali will continue. And Mukhtar Ahmed, we have seen a very eventful second over from Ali Khan. Brian Walters, Mukhtar Ahmed on strike.
Well, his tormentor is back in the pavilion, Nasir Jamali. And so he may feel like he has an easier time of it here. But having said that, he's now facing Mukhtar Ahmed, who's the leading batter coming into the day. So, job not done. And even though Pranav Chattopadhyay is extremely dangerous and took him apart for 22 runs, you know that they're still 163 runs away with 107 balls left. So they do have work to do still.
Ooh. So no ball is the call from umpire Owen Brown. And that would be followed up by one of those dreaded free hit ball, Brian.
Not sure exactly what Nasir Jamal was trying to do here, but that was trying the back of the hand slower ball. The back of the hand slower ball, that could have been a no ball for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's a full toss above waist height. Number 2, it landed off of the playing area. Either way, it's a free hit. Trouble here for Nasir Jamali.
So Mukhtar Ahmed receives a free hit ball and doesn't capitalize. Well bowled in the end again from Nazir Jamali. And Brian, they're still got to go at a solid 9. They're going at 10 and over. We saw a big over from Pranav Chattopadhyay, but he's back in the pavilion now. Akash Gomel has come to the middle to join Mukhtar Ahmed. Mukhtar got a big score along the way, got 74. On one of the games that I did, 9 sixes in that innings. And we thought that he was going good for us. And when I say for us, Brian, we we as commentator won some early game. So he was hitting the ball. He was hitting the sixes, and sixes were bringing the margin of defeat very close.
Sure.
But the irony is they had to search 10 more minutes for the ball in the bush. So we were begging him, Mukhtar, please don't hit them so far. Jamali is bowled. Three good balls in this over. Take the no ball away, which didn't have much of an effect. And look that pulled. Fielder will come in. Takes the catch. Ali Khan again, effecting the catch. He's all pumped up. And Mukhtar Ahmed goes 24 for 2.
He is absolutely lighting PV number 5 alight. Mukhtar Ahmed top edging that ball nowhere near the middle of the bat. And look at Ali Khan and look at him turn to his opponent on the outside of the field. And a couple of gestures is what you see there. He is absolutely fired up. Ah. Well, this is a big wicket because that is Mukhtar Ahmed. Absolute celebration here. Shows the bicep. All power, all aggression. Plenty of all of that. My goodness. Mukhtar Ahmed, his day with the bat is done. His team needed more than the one run that they got from him. 24 for 2. Saif Badar coming to the crease. Had an excellent innings in the match this morning. If I'm not mistaken, 69 from 35. He's going to need something similar for the Clarion Eagles to take victory here.
So under pressure is the Clarion Eagles. And Brian, coming into the finals, we made mention that of the 5 games Clarion Eagles played, they won 4. And you might be wondering, where did they lose the other game? Well, they lost the other game to the team that they're playing now in the final.
Well, there it is.
So essentially, Ali Khan and his men have not lost a game yet.
Absolutely brilliant. So Saif Badar has a job ahead of him. By the way, if you are online following along this game and you'd like to pass along a comment or two, feel free to let us know what that is.
Yeah, ball into the offside. Saif Badar talked about him getting a 69, big 69, Brian, that got them across the line, but they'll need a big one from him now. The fact is, Mukhtar Ahmed and Chattapalliam back in the shade. Nazir Jamali, while all this is happening, he has picked up 1, so he's joined Ali Khan and picking up 1 apiece.
Opening fast bowlers are doing the job. That one big over went for 22. But beyond that, you're going to want to make sure that you continue pushing your team toward the target.
So ball into the onside. That will complete the third over. And after 3 is 26 for 2. So Ali Khan and Brian will bowl his second over. Pumped up, was part of both wickets, got the edge of Pranav and also effected the catch. A very simple one off the bat of Mukhtar.
Mukhtar Ahmed will be disappointed with the fact that he did not get a better start and certainly didn't trouble the scorers. Only trouble the scorers for 1 run more than you and I did, Lenny, and we're not playing in this game. Ali Khan back into the attack. Absolutely fired up. Look for quick bowling here. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's an offer that we've seen so modern these days that, like the pace of Ali Khan, you want to get those uppercuts in, and you want to flash and flash hard, Brian.
I will go to my New York basketball days here. Ali Khan would be like an Anthony Mason. You love him if he's on your team. If he's not on your team, you probably don't love him quite as much.
Yeah, you don't get these pace bowler rile up for nothing, Brian. You'll feel the brunt of it. Here is Ali Khan. Oh, inside edge! And even an inside edge takes the middle stump out of the ground. It's all happening here in the final. 26 for 3.
Oh, Ali Khan is fired up, ladies and gentlemen. He's dancing. He is aggressive. He is taunting. And he's done the job to get rid of the opposite captain. Akarshit Gomel has to depart late on the shot. This is all pace. Look at this. Very late on the shot, really playing away from his body. And that celebration tells you everything. Ooh, shows him the direction of the pavilion, Lenny.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened, but they've gotten Ali Khan all fired up.
Oh, something happened. No question, something happened.
2 for 1. He's picked up 2 wickets so far. He's only conceded 1, and new man comes to the middle.
Oh, things just got that much more difficult. I will tell you, Lenny, that this is going to be really, really hard because Ali Khan is fired up. Ali Khan, you would think he wants to bowl probably 6 overs today because under no circumstances does he want his team to be in the position of losing this game.
Take it this way. Ready, set, go. You gotta hold it in the other hand. I'm so confused.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Send it.
So Mohammed Iman comes to the middle. And we see Clarion Eagles rock back with a couple of strikes from Ali Khan. Some celebrations we haven't seen from Ali Khan.
Oh, we've seen them. That's why my Anthony Mason reference still stands.
So Umair Iman comes to the middle. And they are struggling here. Clarion Eagles, it's a long way for them to go. And the ball, another quick delivery. Ali Khan comes down. And he gives them that icy stare. 26 for 3.
He is bowling gas. Do you hear me? This is all gas. This is Border 1975. This is Sabina Park 1979. This is Bridgetown 1976. This is all gas. Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, this is amazing.
So 26 for 3. Ali Khan on fire. And we'll come into bowl to the new man in, left-hander. 3 wickets to fall so far. Here is Ali Khan, all fired up, bowling quick. And ball defended back to the bowler. And so, Brian, we've seen a really good campaign here from the Space City Cowboys. We talked about they've won 5 games in a row. And if they win this one here today, they could create a bit of history in the tournament that we have seen over time. Can't remember if we've seen a team going unbeaten and win the championship at the Houston Open, Brian.
Lenny, you are a cricket history savant, so I will defer to you on that score. I will tell you that what we're looking at here is genuine high-level pace bowling. Bears this one wide, but for me, I just mentioned all of those iconic West Indian locations in the 70s and 80s. there is something special about seeing a fast bowler who is in the middle of an absolutely brilliant spell. I think Michael Holding, okay, we're really showing our age now. Michael Holding against Brian Close, 1976. Something like that, where the batters have 76. The batters have no answer for the bowlers.
So ball defended here by Iman. And the fact is, Brian, when you look at the last dismissal here of Gomel, look, inside edge, the middle stump, knock back, and then that.
Sometimes you wonder where there are no more fights in cricket because this. I can understand having been dismissed in the middle of a final where that would be irritating.
So final ball coming up. This has really been a good over. We've only seen a wide. Ali Khan. And ball into the leg side. We'll wait and see. Could be the first run off the bat of Iman. It looks like that.
Nope,
In fact, leg by is the call from umpire James. And so it's 28 for 3 at the end of 4. So Nazir Jamali will continue 28 for 3. 2 for 2 from Ali Khan. Lots of twos in his bowling so far. 2 overs, no maiden, 2 wickets for 2 runs. And Nazir Jamali will continue 28 for 3. Omar Iman is the man on strike. And so 28 for 3. We're in the 5th over. Ball defended here by Iman, can't score. So Jamali will continue. And we talked about Clarion Eagles needing 9 and over. Well, that is now pushing to almost 10 runs and over, Brian Walters, as we see a slower ball from Nazir Jamali.
It is going to be really difficult for the Clarion Eagles to extricate themselves out of this position. Take a look at this replay again. I'll tell you, needless to say, this is going to be truly hard because you've gotten to the point now where the Clarion Eagles are on the back foot. The Space City Cowboys are fired up. The only thing that you're looking for here is to sort of say, you know what? Ali Khan only has 2 more overs to bowl. And probably the captain is going to hold back at least one of those overs for the death. So let's just ride the wave right now. Just sort of don't get yourself out. Then after Ali Khan gets out of the attack, then to see who you can attack, because he will be very, very difficult to get any runs off of.
So Saif Badar has watched a lot of drama from 22 yards.
Yep.
Saw the celebrations, saw the inside edge to take out Gomel. So cricket continues. We're into the final of the Houston Open in 26. Cutaway, lovely shot from Saif Badar. And we talked about a well-played 69 in the semi-final. He picks up 2.
Matthew Trump, who does the fielding there, I would suppose that he will be the one who will be one of the change bowlers coming on sometime very soon. Incidentally, just walking in front of us here, Candace Trump, Matthew Trump's and Joshua Trump's mother. And she is watching with obviously very rapt attention because her son had a really good semifinal. Didn't do much with the bat in the first innings today, but will certainly be counted on to do something with the ball.
Into the offside, and you get the feeling, Brian, we saw a very tall over from Pranav Chattopadhyay that took 22 off Nazir Jamali's over, but you get the feeling that he's a little bit sheltered under the couple of strikes from Ali Khan, and all of a sudden we're beginning to see some respectability to his bowling analysis. 1 for 29 so far, and this will be his third over.
It will not get easy. I really would think if I'm the captain, I'd give Ali Khan one more over.
So chopped into the ground, more work here for Trump. And so we come down to the closing stages of over number 5. Mohammed Iman comes back into strike, and they've been rocked back here, 33 for 3.
So if you're looking at your resources, if you bowl Ali Khan one over here, he bowls over number 6, then you probably keep him back to bowl number 18 or number 19. There's obviously a lot of bowlers to sort of get through before you get to that stage. I am biding my time. If I'm at the wicket now, I'm biding my time and making sure that I don't lose my wicket, and then we'll look about getting the runs against one of the other bowlers sometimes very soon after this, after that spell from Ali Khan.
So Nazir Jamali pulled away. Good looking shot from Iman. Trump is in attendance, and after 5 is 34 for 3.
Very beautiful lady behind you.
We've seen a lot of action so far, and Space City Cowboys are enjoying being on top of this game. Ali Khan especially enjoying being on top of this game. Outstanding pace bowling, and then to take a good catch as well. Adrenaline.
It's a combination of adrenaline and testosterone and showmanship. Some combination of all those three. And so you replace one Ali with another. Decidedly different bowling styles. One is right arm, furious pace. That was Ali Khan. Now Ali Sheikh will be bowling his left arm orthodox last over the power play.
It's a tall mountain to climb from here on, isn't it, for the Clarion Eagles? Having lost 3 early wickets, they haven't been able to capitalize on the power play overs the way they would have liked. And the bowling side is well and truly on top of this contest at the moment.
The difference in power play, in how each team has handled the power play, run out opportunity here, but we'll get there safely. The difference in how each team has handled the power play is, number one, the Space City Cowboys did not lose as many wickets. They only lost 1 wicket inside the power play, and they scored a few more runs, 43. So that 9-run gap in the difference in scores isn't as significant as the fact that they've also lost 2 additional wickets, Clarion Eagles.
Looking to go leg side. Doesn't get the connection this time.
Well,
We talked about adrenaline and the aggression that can bring, but on the flip side, These dot balls, these wickets, they're now creating pressure as well on the opposition. And how they navigate the next few overs is going to be essentially how this game's going to turn out. It's still not too late for Clarion Eagles. They just need to be able to find a partnership. They need to be able to find some runs without any rash shots. And that is the opposite of rash as he goes across the line. That was as straight of a delivery as it gets. Saif Badr is not happy with that call to the non-striker's end, but that is going to be wicket number 4.
Omar Iman looking to go big on the leg side. He's tried that shot every single delivery in this over. Inside edge 1 for a couple of runs. Missed the second, and the third one wraps him right in front. Now, I will tell you, this is very close because the question to be asked is this pitching outside the line of leg stump. Left-hander bowling around the wicket to a left-handed batter. So that, in my mind, means that the umpire has to be absolutely sure that this is pitching on. Yes, it's hitting the stumps, but the question to be asked is it pitching outside the line of leg stump? If it is, then that is not out. However, umpire Myron James having a look, but then deciding that it was in fact pitching in line with the leg stump. And that means that is the dismissal. The end of the day for Umar Iman, 36 for 4.
Was this pitching in line? Let's have a look. Just outside.
Goodness.
Outside that leg stump line. Saif Badr was so animated when the finger went up at the non-striker's end. He's like, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure?
As an umpire, you make part of the decision before the delivery has even been bowled. You're thinking to yourself, he's bowling around the wicket. He's a left-hander. He is bowling to a left-handed batter. That ball will have to do a whole lot for me to be able to give this out LBW. And so the ball, again, has to pitch in line with the stumps, has to pitch not outside the line of leg stump. I think with the aid of our graphic team, or our graphics from the production team, you can probably make a very good argument that should not have been given out.
It's not going to matter anymore. I don't know what's happening here. Is he trying to pull a hair out from... Just looks like there's something stuck on his eyebrow there for Saif Badr. Gosh, he's plucking his eyebrows out in the middle. And then comes out the scissor.
I was about to say, you have a pair of tweezers, don't you? I was about to joke about that, but he really does have a pair of tweezers.
Scissors.
Scissors, tweezers.
One's a bit more dangerous.
One is certainly more dangerous than the other. But back to the game situation. That is a big wicket. Shubham Ranjane now at the crease.
Very capable bat, Shubham Ranjane. Able to hit runs, or able to hit all around the ground. Able to score runs, I should say. Thick outside edge in the gap. And it's going to race away to the boundary.
Yeah, looking to play that cut shot, Shubham Ranjane. It probably gets it a little finer than he was looking to play it. Looking to play that more square, I would imagine. But it all counts. Going on full attack here. And they do have a slip fielder in position. That's not a bad position for the slip fielder to be in for the new batter. And it does find the edge, but it happens to race away down the hill for 4. That smile on Ali Sheik's face says that moral victory goes to me.
There's a bit of banter out in the middle. You can just see it from that previous interaction between Shubham Ranjane and Ali Sheikh. Mm-hmm. I think Ali Sheikh asked him whether he's going to need an arm guard. End of the 6th, end of the power play as well. It's 40 for 4. And there, just exchange of some more words.
For me, very good-natured. The Ali Khan interactions were not good-natured at all. But fact, when he's not bowling, Ali Khan, he's a little bit more good-natured. Let's put it that way.
More good-natured.
Yes.
Interesting choice of words.
Are we really going to wordsmith my words in the commentary booth? Is that what we're doing now?
Just sounds very interesting. More good.
No, not more good. More good-natured. Good-natured is one word, hyphenated. Both my parents were school teachers. You will lose this argument, Manali Patel.
I didn't say it was right or wrong, Brian. I just said it sounds interesting. God, you get defensive. Why do you get so defensive? Have you been hurt before? Is there something we should know, Brian? Brian, what's happening?
6 overs in the books. End of the power play, 40 for 4. At the end of the power play, the Clarion Eagles make that the Space City Cowboys were 51 for 1. Thus far, clearly advantage Space City Cowboys, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. 40 for 4. With 146 runs needed in 84 deliveries. Well and truly in front. There's Pupuri Dasanaike just in the middle of your screen there. He's been here for all the action so far throughout this week, coming and taking a look at potential prospects for the U.S. national side. I'm pretty impressed with what he's seen as well, because he's seen talent across different ages and across different facets of the game. Tossed up delivery to start for Zia Shahzad. Yes, no, and sent back for a dot.
Zia Shahzad bowling his leg breaks to these two batters, two right-handed batters. So not a bad idea to bring on the leg break bowler.
In the gap this time, and they will pick up a single. Required run rate climbing to almost 11 runs and over.
The job gets harder. 145 balls make that runs to get another 82 balls remaining. So they're only scoring at the rate of 6.47. So when you're scoring at 6.5 and you need more than 10.5, that tells you or gives you some sense of how far behind in the game you're falling.
I just love how you can just never get anything good as an umpire out in the middle. If you call a wide, the bowler's upset. If you don't call a wide, the batter's upset. You just can't please people out of the middle, can you, as an umpire?
Umpiring is a very thankless job. We've talked about that all week. And if you get 99 calls right and one call not quite so right, everyone is talking about the one call that you didn't get right. So, thankless job.
Worked into the leg side. Kept to a single. This is turning out to be a very good over from Zia Shahzad. He's got one delivery to come. Dot ball pressure starting to build up as well. Dot ball percentage in T20s. Into the leg side. And this is going to go all the way, I believe. Yep, just signaled as a 6. Was a good over. Just leaking runs off that last delivery.
Tossed up, and I'll tell you what, that is a risky shot completely across the line. And had he missed that shot, Subham Ranjani, it would have been dead in front, trapped right in front. So he might consider himself lucky. But this is the stage where you need to start taking some chances. Falling behind, and even with that good over ending in a 6, you're still needing more than 10.5 runs and over. So your actual scoring rate is at 7. You do have some making up to do here. So Zia Shahzad, despite the fact that he gave up that 6, bowls and over that keeps them underneath the required rate. That is to the net benefit of your side. And going into over number 8 now, things become that much more tricky with Ali Sheikh back in for his second over.
Slip in place. Starts well. Nice and straight.
Saw what Saif Badar did this morning. Took a little bit of time to get going, but once he got going, he was imperious. He's going to need something similar to get his team extricated from this vice grip that the Space City Cowboys have them in.
So fun fact, last year at the MLC, they did a correlation analysis of dot ball percentage to your standings in the league. And what they found was the teams with the higher dot ball percentage were lower on the points table compared to the ones with the smallest dot ball percentage. Drawing him nice and forward on this one. He's got his foot back over the line on time, though.
So say that again. The team with the higher dot ball percentage
was lower on the points table. And so in other words, you want to reduce the number of dot balls that you have. You want to try and score off of every delivery.
To that point, the Space City Cowboys went through their innings, scored 190, 185. Their dot ball percentage was 38. Clarion Eagles thus far, and I think it's safe to say they're well behind in this game, their dot ball percentage is 61. So that tells the story that confirms exactly what the point you were just making.
It's because when you have too many dot balls, it just adds to the pressure, and then you're forced into making irrational decisions out in the middle. And that brings on more wickets, more pressure, more dot balls. 8 overs gone, 52 for 4. It's a vicious cycle. Shuja Nakvi back in the attack. Required run rate continuing to climb, now over 11 runs and over. Plenty of time to come.
Shuja Nakvi, longtime player here in the Houston area. Plays in the Houston Cricket League.
Pulled away.
So these two will have matched up with each other dozens and dozens of times over the last several years right here in Prairie View and then in other locations around Houston where cricket is played.
So Brian, I was outside for the first 5 overs while you and Lenny were on, and there's now a very cold breeze that's come in. Slapped down the ground, straight past the bowler. It's going to run away for 4. And that breeze has changed direction as well. We're now starting to see more people with hoodies outside.
Mentioned to you that there was going to be about a 20-degree difference Fahrenheit between the high temperature today, high temperature tomorrow. High today around 86. For you, that would be somewhere around, I don't know, 28, 29. High temperature tomorrow in the middle 60s Fahrenheit. And in the context of the weather, as it relates to this game, the fact is that we're playing this final today versus tomorrow. Should have been tomorrow. We now have an official game. Past 5 overs, it's an official game. But keep an eye toward the skies because it is very possible that there could be rain before this game is finished, in which case Duckworth Lewis could come into play.
This is a biggie. He's got a hold of this, and he's put it a long way past that rope for 6 runs. Shuja Nakvi under a bit of pressure here.
Went with the slower ball. Pace off, and that ball ends up on field number 2 behind us. So that is a gigantic strike from Saif Badar. Talked about how he started slowly earlier and then got into 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear. Hit the ground running earlier and then slowed down a little bit, but it's now time for him to start accelerating. That required rate now starting to approach 11.
15 off 14. Just changing that strike rate, Saif Badar. That's a poor delivery. That is a very poor delivery. Low full toss, and this has been smashed for another 6. It's back-to-back 6s for Saif Badar.
He was aiming for the Yorker, and he completely misses the length. This actually gets to Saif Badar at thigh height, and at that height, it will be punished. Under normal circumstances, yes, but if you have a batter like Saif Badar who wants to go big, who needs to have his team accelerate because you're falling behind the rate that's required, at this stage, you absolutely cannot bowl that ball. Not that it's ever a good idea to bowl a thigh-high full toss, but essentially you've helped Saif Badar to start getting into, shift through the gears as 70 runs are on the board.
Latches on to another one, and this is high and far. Absolutely smashed this over. This is some powerful hitting, and it's 3 6s in a row now.
He went pace off again, but he leaves it this time in the slot. So completely over pitching the previous ball, and then this one is in the slot. Both of them disappear, as did the one before it. So 3 consecutive 6s to finish over number 9. It's an expensive one. 24 runs from Shuja Nakvi's first over. And the score after 9 is 76 for 4.
Very different equation all of a sudden. 110 required off 66. What a difference an expensive over can make. Now that required run rate at 10. Very doable. Granted, they keep their wickets in hand.
Well, that means that, or that just means that this partnership is uber important. Look at the last over. First one struck down the ground for 4. This is in the slot, gets drilled for 6. Then the full toss also put away for 6. And then a slower delivery again, but in the slot, 6, 6, 6. A devilish score to end the over. Now back to Ali Khan. Make that Ali Sheikh. Shy at the non-strikers, and they get 1 and then 2. So they're off to something resembling momentum here. Partnership now worth 42. Partnership between Shubham Ranjani and Saif Badar. Look at this replay to see what would have happened here.
Try and get another look at that. Just look at how far into the crease Saif Badar's run. And then to turn around and come back for the second. Driven to the fielder though. How close was this? He would have been gone. I don't think that bat's been grounded until after the ball has passed.
Very good bowler. Very good over underway here for Ali Sheikh. Just 2 runs from the first 4 as compared to 24 from the last over. Oh, things get more and more difficult from here.
It's a good over, isn't it? There is 1 delivery left, but it makes up for some of the heavy hitting that we saw the over before. Some momentum swinging back and forth over and over. Tossed up, slow through the air. Gonna take some fielding. And the fielder does well in the deep. He's limping as well. We hope that he's all right. Believe that's Zia Shazad. 10 overs gone, halfway point. It's 81 for 4. Yeah, man. Temperature up. The thermostat's just outside. Have you not done that yet? I don't know. It's been cold and hot. Never mind. Halfway point, 81 for 4. Lenny, you've just come back in from what's starting to look pretty chilly outside. I'm not so sure I'm ready to go outside.
Please do not.
Got to
It's
do the
ready.
post-match.
Yeah, it's gotten a bit chilly. I hope you brought your light jacket.
I'm wearing it. This is all I've brought, just a sweater. I don't
Wow.
think this sweater is going to cut it very much.
Yeah, we're seeing a good fight back here. Will it be enough for a partnership of 45? We've seen an explosive knock from Saif Badar so far.
False start for Zia Shazad. Starts well, just the single. Calvin Savage in the deep.
Yeah, we've really seen a good campaign from the Cowboys. And here they are into the final. They've picked up 4, pushed the Clarion Eagles back a lot. And you look at what is required, over 100 runs needed.
Well, I'm not sure if you saw the drift on that delivery because of the breeze. But this is some serious movement because that wind has also picked up. I'm going to see if I can get another look at just the amount of drift that this ball has gotten. I think it's just pulling back because of this breeze. It's very heavy. It's very strong.
Yeah, Saif Badar. In the meantime, Manali will take the opportunity to go down the ground with a win.
Wow, it's almost as if you can see into the future. You called it, and that's exactly what he does. Goes straight down the ground for another maximum.
Yeah, we saw in one of those earlier over of the bowling of Shushan Nakvi, struck him for 3 sixes in that direction. And from the matches I've seen here, I know when it gets a little bit windy, the batsman will want to target that area. And they're still far away. That brings up the half-century partnership, 52 to be exact. And Manali still a long way to go, asking 10.5 runs and over.
It's a good partnership, though, isn't it, between these two? At one point, it was 11 runs, more than 11.5 runs and over required. They're just holding on to that momentum, trying to pull that game back into a manageable outcome. Because when they started and they lost those 4 early wickets, the Clarion Eagles at one point looked like they were all but done.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, but Manali, when you look at their batting...
Pulled away. Oh, this is poor fielding. This is very poor fielding. Karthik Katapali, I believe, the man in the deep, he slides right past that ball.
Yeah, tucked away nicely by Saif Badar. Yes, you're right on that. May have overrun a little bit of spin on the ball. And in the end, yeah, skated away and gone away for a boundary. And I'm glad you brought up they've lost 4 wickets. What happens next? That middle order can still bring things home, Manali. We'll talk about that.
There should have been 4 runs less so far in the over if that was fielded well. 93 off 55. Modern day cricket, T20 cricket, very doable.
Yeah, they still got batting. Look, let's start counting the 2 out in the middle.
Cut away and well fielded this time. Just the 1 run. It's going to round off the 11th over. It's 94 for 4.
I think with the whole Ali Khan antics, so Kartik Gatapali comes into the attack. And he comes in here with a partnership of 58 so far. They need 92 from 54 balls. And Ranjani, along with Saif Badar, have put up a good partnership so far. Ranjani on strike, new bowler. Kartik Gatapali, left arm spin. Ball cut away into the offside. Has he taken the catch? We'll wait and see. It looks like the fielder has come up with a very good low catch. Is that Nazir Jamaat Ali Sheikh? And so another wicket falls, Manali. The 58-run partnership comes to an end. It's 94 for 5.
Karthik Gatapali into the attack. A bit of extra bounce on that. And didn't get the control he would have liked. Wanted to place it wide of the fielder. And this is an excellent catch. Diving to his right. Looks like it's comfortably taken as well. That is going to be yet another wicket. And just when this partnership was starting to form and they were starting to claw their way back in the game, the Clarion Eagles have lost yet another wicket. It's 94 for 5.
So Mohsin has come to the middle. And we talked about that big partnership, Manali. We have seen a couple of big ones today. 182 between Chauhan and Ramiz Raja. And now that one of 58 broken by Kartik Gatapali. First ball into his spell. Mohammed Mohsin comes to the middle. And you get the feeling that the Space City Cowboys, what a tournament for them. Won all their games so far. And it's going to be difficult, I would say, for the Clarion Eagles to really pull through, but you never know what will happen. Mohsin comes to the middle.
Just starting to lose a bit of that daylight as well, too, isn't it? The clouds are coming in. It's getting a bit ominous. Now, everyone's weather app has said something different, so I don't really know what to think of when this rain is actually supposed to be coming. But what I can see from here is you've got an umpire who's trying to keep the bails on, who's lost his walkie-talkie, hair blowing all over the place, and people in sweaters outside. Thick outside edge. A bit of turn as well on that for Karthik Gattapalli. And oh dear, he has, I don't know if he's fallen on the ball in the sensitive area. This is going to go away for 4 runs. He is in some pain here.
Yeah, ball played away from Mohamed Mohsin, and this is going to be the part here. Yeah, in the end, might have been the hip or the rib.
It's not where he was.
Not that part. 98 for 5. And I'll tell you what, Manali, we have seen some funny things in cricket. In the semi-final match, Stephen Taylor was batting. And while we take a look at this fielder trying to really recover and get going again. But we saw in my semi-final, that is semi-final number 2, Stephen Taylor was struck on the buttocks by 1 ball.
On the bum.
And 2 balls later, might have been 3 or 4 balls later, he was struck in that area. So front and back. So that was a little bit of hilarious moment for Stephen Taylor.
Sounds like a great day of cricket. Pulled away in the gap, not quite.
Yeah, 99 for the loss of 5. And Manali, I got the feeling that when Clarion Eagle lost 4 wickets, they felt that they were out of the game. And I wonder why. They were 4 down for 36 at one point, but they still had a lot of batting to come.
Looking for the wide, safe batter, and I think he's saying this is definitely turned enough to be outside that wide line. Well, I think I'm gonna have to agree with him on that. It did turn a very big distance.
Yeah, I think Myron James will probably try to apply the rule. It's where it passed. And not necessarily where it's spun to.
Just past the reach of Karthik Gattapalli for another single. 100 up. 100 for 5. Mohamed Mohsin can also strike a long ball. Tees off and doesn't have the distance. How outstanding is this catch? Zia Shahzad, full stretch dive. And that's going to see the end of Mohamed Mohsin. Karthik Gattapalli gets his 2nd in the over.
Yeah, we talked about the middle order batting of the likes of Mohsin. And the catching has really been good here for the Space City Cowboys. Zia Shahzad comes on with a very good catch. Safe catch, a couple of wickets safe for Gattapalli. And it's 100 for 6. What are they saying here? Oh, they're saying
Ariful Haq, new batter out to the middle. Comes out at a very difficult time for his side, the Clarion Eagles. They're under pressure and they're struggling in this run chase in the final of the Houston Open 2026.
Yes, Manali, they have been struggling for some time. First wicket fell at 23, then the second wicket fell at 24, and then never recovered. And I talked about when they were batting at 36 for 4 with Saif Badar and Shubham Ranjani out in the middle. I went away still thinking that both Ranjani and Saif Badar are top order batsmen who are capable of making 80 and 90. The fact is, Saif Badar came off a very big 69. But I got the impression that they felt, and when I said they, including the two batters out in the middle and the others inside, that they never had a chance. Now it's where it's looking bleak, in my opinion, but not when Ranjani and Saif Badar was batting there. And we saw an over the Saif Badar took 3 sixes of Shuja Naqvi. We saw another big over from this side. But I think they have really given up the ghost at some point.
You feel, if it wasn't for 6 wickets being down, that required run rate is still very doable. But you've got to give credit here to the Space City Cowboys who've picked up those wickets. The bails are falling off again because of that breeze. There isn't really a flag around here that could help show you. Well, that shirt's a pretty good indicator of just how breezy it is. Saif Badar's shirt.
You want to think the flags that were here, they took it down.
It's because they would have blown away. It's so windy. All the time.
Yes, Saif Badar, now Arif Ul Haq will have to bat with some bit of respectability. But Manali, you're talking about 2026, 86 to win from 47. Many games, people challenge that.
Can't find the gap. And it's back-to-back dot balls.
Yes, he is having a very good tournament. I saw him in the semi-final, took 2 really good catch. And that's one of the things here from the Space City Cowboys. Their catching has really been good. Their outfield has been really good. And today we saw Ali Khan at the top of the order, 2 for 2 when he bowled.
Cut away in the gap. There is protection in the deep. Matthew Trump will keep it to just the 1 run. Saif Badar is looking to get back on strike. And you'd feel he would be the key from here on. Worm, a pretty good indicator of how poorly it has gone for the team in white.
Yeah, the white worm probably heading in another direction.
That is very unlucky for Saif Badar. Zia Shahzad, what awareness this is. Absolutely hammered back to him. He sticks out the right boot and it's ricocheted onto the stumps. Saif Badar has been run out, and he's been run out by quite some distance here. That's another one.
Yeah, quite unfortunate for Saif Badar. But look at the Space City Cowboys. They're so elated. They really had a good tournament, Monali. And they continue to push ahead. And it wouldn't be long before probably they'll enjoy their 6th win of the tournament. 101 for 7. So Harmeet Singh comes to the middle. They've lost 7 now. And we've seen a very good campaign for the Space City Cowboys, and they're almost there. Ball cut away into the offside. And now they scamper through for 1. So we have seen the unfortunate dismissal of Saif Badar. And of course we're saying unfortunate because a bit of an accident. We'll take a look at that if we can, but it's not always incidental, Manali, to really stick your boot out hoping that he will go back onto the middle stumps. especially when it was struck so firmly from Saif Badar. Yeah, we come down to the latter stages. What a tournament we've seen. And kudos to all those involved. Manali, first day. This is what we're talking about. The boot probably looks deliberate now.
He's got some soccer skills, doesn't he?
Yeah. Goal! And so Zia Shazad, but Manali just coming back to the running of the tournament. I thought the organizers did pretty well. Losing a day, we did some makeup games, and we got all the matches fulfilled, even the final.
Got to go, and they do eventually pick up the single. Yes, no, almost run out, and another fumble allows that single.
Yeah, Harmeet Singh comes in to strike. A little bit of drama here. Here is a little bit of misfield. These are the runouts you see on.
Well, he would have been gone here. Had this hit the stumps, he would have been gone. Karthik Attapalli just missing those stumps on the return throw.
So he continues, will come into bowl to Harmeet Singh.
Poor delivery, but will pick up a wicket. It was short and very, very wide. Harmeet Singh has thrown his wicket away on this one, fetching a wide delivery from Karthik Attapalli. And all of a sudden, Karthik Attapalli's picked up 3 wickets. And that's going to be the 8th one down for the Clarion Eagles.
Well, it doesn't get softer than that. Ball tapped into the offside as if we're doing some practice catches. And so the 8th wicket goes down 103 for 8.
Easy catch. And this sums up the way the game has gone in the second innings for the Clarion Eagles. Just never showed up with the bat. 103 for 8 after 13.2 overs. Four deliveries to come. More importantly, 2 wickets left for the Clarion Eagles.
Yeah, we've seen 3 wickets from Karthik Attapalli, 3 for 7. And I talked about Ali Khan may have started the slide with 2 for 2 and those send-offs. So Jesse Singh comes to the middle here with a struggling Clarion Eagles. Had a very good tournament. And if they lose to the Cowboys, it will be twice they've lost to this team. I thought it was a well put together tournament, Manali and Brian Walters. I think the authorities, the competitions committee did well with 1 day lost. And look, we've finished this competition, played all the games, including the final, with a day's to spare.
Asking for the stumping, Ian Dave Chauhan. Asking for the review as well. It is going to be reviewed. Let's take a look at how close this is. This has gone upstairs. TV umpire is going to make a note of the legal delivery. And I'm pretty sure there's a little bit something behind the line here when these bales are whipped off. This is great camera work. Right. Yeah, definitely something behind the line. Half an inch of his shoe.
Are they doing reform for real?
Not out it is. Very good decision.
Yeah, Kartik got a poly 3 for 7 so far. Would have been his 4th wicket. And Jesse Singh maintaining his balance.
Dot ball pressure. We spoke about it earlier, and it's just continued thanks to some excellent bowling by the Space City Cowboys. Bowled him right through the gate, giving himself some room. And I don't know who's going to be giving Jesse Singh the send-off, but he will have to walk back. That's wicket number 9. Check out those bowling figures. Kartik Gattapalli, 7 for 4. It's 14 overs gone, 103 for 9.
Yes, it has all come apart here for the Clarion Eagles. Got into the semi-final, took out a big team in Smith Patel and company. But here they are. They look pretty ordinary when they're running to Space City Cowboys for the 2nd time in the tournament. We talked about Space City getting a victory over them in the round robin stage. And now here they are in the all-important final at the Houston Open in 26. And it looks like it's going to be all Space City Cowboys all the way.
It's come down to the last wicket. Abhimanyu Lamba, last wicket. A lot of discussion between the two batters. I wonder what the discussion could possibly be when you're 9 down for 103, chasing 83 more runs.
So Zia Shazad could finish things up here. His catching was very good, and now we come down to the last spear out in the middle.
Half a shout. Umpire says not out. You just sense this final wicket around the corner, don't you?
Yeah, Ariful Haq comes in here. He's played at the international level for Bangladesh. Plays his cricket in New York. And I've seen him time and time again.
Quicker delivery this time. Well, he's chosen not to run on that. I don't know if he's going to score 83 runs by himself. And if he can, he's come way too low down this order.
Well, he can do one of two things, actually, Manali.
Reverse swept in the gap. That's going to be 4 runs.
Yeah, he can do one of two things. Get those 83. Well, now it's 79. He can get those 79 all by himself, or he can try and bat out the remaining 33 balls remaining. So one of two.
I think both of those is going to be a tall task.
Well, let's wait for the 5th ball, maybe this around the 5th ball, and let's see what's his plan. But in the meantime, Lamba, who wouldn't want to strike?
Tossed up delivery. question asked. Oh, he's worked so hard for this final wicket, hasn't he, Zia Shahzad?
Yeah, a couple of big catches in the semi-final game. I think that's a good shout. Might have been high, but still. I thought he was in lane at some point.
This is down the ground, and this is well struck. It's going to go all the way for 6 runs.
Yeah, when it comes down to these late hits, Monali, sometimes you're told you can still lessen the gap of the loss.
Yes, but this is the final where the net run rate will not matter. It will just come down to whether you're winning it or losing it. Even if you lose by 1 run. Reversed again. And he's going to take a single off the last delivery of the over to keep strike. 15 overs gone. It's 114 for 9.
Welcome back, Brian Walters. We're done for the final stretch, heading into the home stretch. And you've been here from Tuesday morning, Brian. How many games you've called?
You're the only one who keeps up with stuff like that, Lenny. I just know I've seen some really high-level cricket. And with this spell, I may be in the spell for all of 1 ball, in theory. Dominating performance so far from the Space City Cowboys. Started with Ali Khan and continued with all the other bowlers. How impressive has Kartik Gatapali been? 4 for 7 in his 2 overs. And he has a chance to close things out here to give Space City Cowboys the emphatic victory.
So 72 they need. Here is Gatapali. And Gatapali has picked up a 4-wicket haul, Brian Walters, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere is a little harsh. He is a brilliant left-arm orthodox bowler, plays in the major leagues, of course. I know he played for the LA franchise a couple of seasons ago, and not exactly sure where he is now. And that shot tells you that he got just a little bit too straight to Ariful Haq. Went all the way over backward square for 6.
He's gone a long way over the fence. Yeah. And a big strike here from Ariful Haq. I made mention he's a batsman that scores quickly. He plays in New York, and earlier on, having played at the international level, we've seen a couple of Bangladeshi players who have played international cricket before. Kamrul, who played for the Atlanta Fire, and now Ariful Haq.
120 on the board, Lenny. Obviously a very long way to go. And he's refusing the single yet again. So he has decided the minute chance that we have to win only exists if I bat the rest of the way through. Reverse sweep, running away down the hill for 4. I tell you what, you can farm the strike if you're going to be hitting them for 4s and 6s.
Well, 62 needed from 26, and I tell you what, it's a partnership of 21. And let's look at the partnership contributions. Mm-hmm. The 21-run partnership.
that story tells itself.
Lamba hasn't contributed anything. He hasn't faced the ball. So Kartik Gatapali will finish up here 4 for 17. And this one into the onside, 5th ball of the over. So Abhimanyu Lamba gets a chance. Now, I want to suspect that Ariful Haq is telling him, stay and bat.
Yeah.
The conversation happening.
It's like, as far as you know, this is a test match.
Stay and bat. See him out. He has 1 more ball. Just block him out.
Mm-hmm.
What is the point of that?
Well, the point of that is Ariful will be on strike.
There is a non-zero chance. And if there's a non-zero chance, you put yourself in the position to take advantage of that.
So ball defended here by Lamba. Closes out over number 16. Ariful will be on strike when play resumes.
Shocker.
It's 125 for 9. And Brian, just coming back to the innings we've seen from Clarion Eagles, did you think that they gave up a little bit early when they were batting at 36 for 4 with so much batting? Still, Saif Badar, Shubham Ranjane, Mohsin, Harmeed, Jesse Singh, and the others to come. You think they gave up a little too early?
I don't know that they gave up. Saif Badar has batted beautifully all day. Big score this morning, was on his way to a big score here. Sometimes you just, the luck of the draw means that you get run out at the non-strikers and backing up too far. Look at that worm. The white worm is unfortunately for the Clarion Eagles going the opposite direction from the way you need it to. And then I thought Shubham Ranjane's dismissal was a rash shot, but give it to the Space City Cowboys. They have bowled brilliantly. You saw what Ali Khan did earlier, and then Ali Sheikh, support bowler, he's been excellent. And speaking of Ali Khan, he's now back in the mix because he wants to wrap things up. Or more specifically, the Shuja Nakvi, the captain who wants to wrap things up, he's gone back to his premier pacer.
So Ali Khan comes in here, 2 overs no maiden, 2 for 2. Yeah, picked up the wicket of Pranav Chattapaliyam at a time in which Pranav had smashed 22 off the opening over. And also picked up the wicket of Akash Gomel. So here he is, Ali Khan.
For that Yorker, I've said this on more than one occasion to whoever would listen. Had Ali Khan not been injured in the World Cup match against India, and had Shubham Ranjane taken that return catch, I think the US beats India in that game. And this is what you missed at the end of that innings against India when Suryakumar Yadav and a company were going crazy. The ability to spear these Yorkers in right at the death, very difficult to get away. That sliced away into the deep. Yes, refused a single. Now, refusing a single to face up to the other bowlers is one thing. Refusing a single to continue facing Ali Khan is a choice that, let's just say, it could potentially be questioned.
So Lamba probably asking him why we're not running.
It's self-evident, my goodness. We're not going to win this game without getting runs. So you can't continue just farming the strike. Drill down the ground, and they yet
I don't get this.
farm the strike, Lenny. 3 of the longest dot balls that you'll ever see in your life. That ball traveled probably a total of 500 yards in the last 3 balls, and you still made 500 yards, maybe too much. Say 200 yards in the last 3 balls, but still not a single run taken. Skied. Calvin Savage running back. Don't think he'll, in fact, he does get there. They get 2 runs, so they not exactly farm the strike. You get legitimate 2 runs on that occasion. Not exactly sure why at this stage you're looking to farm the strike, Lenny. You just go if you need to go. 20 balls remaining, you need 60 runs.
I tell you what, if we were playing street cricket, and if I was Lamba, I said 2, but when you run down there, say, oh, stay. Come for 2, and you stay 1.
Sliced away into the deep, Matthew Trump, and he still refuses. Lenny. 60 runs needed from the next 19 balls, and you have turned down 4 singles in this over.
Yeah, it's Lamba's fault. I am telling you, Lamba's fault. If he comes out here and he complains to any of us Tell him it's your
It's
fault.
Lambo's fault. Now they take the single.
Even now you say stay.
Even now you put up the stop sign. End of over number 17, 127 for a painful 9. This is very interesting. For what it's worth, they need 20 runs and over to win this game. Look at this again. This little interaction here will tell you the story.
They know dot balls don't count runs, right?
Karthik got to probably one more remaining, and he has 2 for 5 from his 3 overs. Brilliant bowling by the left arm orthodox bowler. Big hits coming up here in this over, Lenny, one way or the other. Well, that's the first of the big hits. Well over backward square leg, over the head of Matthew Trump for 6.
Yeah, another big shot from Ariful Hack. What if, Brian? What if we've seen a flurry of 6s in this over, and all of a sudden it comes down to 12 balls to get 32? When Ariful Hack is hitting this ball all parts of the ground. Now let's see.
53 from 16. Mathematically possible, but difficult. Cut away. Sweeper will watch as yet another single is turned down. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, Ariful Hack. And he goes down. Oh, look at that. So the catch is taken. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got our winner, Space City Cowboys. They are the winner of the 2026 Houston Open. And Brian, they win by some 51 runs. What a display from this team, unbeaten throughout. And here they are in the final celebrating. What a big moment here for the Space City Cowboys. They win by 51.
That celebration tells the whole story, doesn't it? Absolutely brilliant effort, dominant team throughout the entirety of the tournament. And here in the most important of all the matches, they maintain their disciplines right from the start. Shaken up a little bit when they were batting, but the bowling came to the party. Led by Ali Khan, supported by Ali Sheikh, really all of the bowlers did exactly what they needed to do. And the Space City Cowboys, look at that celebration. The umpire will not care that water is being splashed onto the wickets, because that is a tremendous victory for the Space City Cowboys.
And the fact is, Karthik Gatapali 5 for 24, Ali Khan 2 for 5. And in the end, folks, we've got a team that won all their games from the opening game, taking on Future Caps on Tuesday morning. They've pushed all the way to Saturday afternoon, in which they were asked to take on one of the good team, one of the hot teams in the tournament, Clarion Eagles. And in the end, Brian, by a 51-run margin in T20 cricket, that's a large margin. And congratulations, certainly, to the team and all those involved with Space City Cowboys.
Oh, such a brilliant effort. You see, a lot of efforts going on to see whether or not, no, I'll tell you, see, the temperature has fallen 20 degrees, Lenny, but they will not care anything at all about this, because all of the excitement is being felt by the Space City Cowboys. Once again, just a really dominant performance. Wobbled again a little bit when they batted, but absolutely no doubt that they were the better team on the day.
So we've seen We have seen the champions this year, Space City Cowboys, the customary handshake. In the good spirit of the game. Cricket is one game, Brian, that is played in the spirit. That's part of the rules and the laws governing cricket. And then we see the likes of Jesse Singh just giving the boys a big hug. At the end of the day, no matter what's happened, Brian, these are all great friends still.
Most of them.
And cricket is always that sport that really brings people together. So a big moment here for the Space City Cowboys. Their first time seeing them at the Houston Open. And if this is their first time as a unit, well, they've done well first time. And they've won the championship that teams take years to even come close.
Oh my goodness, yes. Just truly impressive. That celebration taking place right in front of us here. And I'm assuming that we'll eventually get to the point where we go to the post-match ceremony. It's good that the weather held off long enough for us to get to the point where we are now, because there will be weather rolling in a little bit later on, but the weather god saw it fit to allow us to play the entirety of this last day. 2 semifinals and the final. No interruptions for rain. And the Space City Cowboys do what they do, winning by 51 runs.
So there you have it, folks. Space City Cowboys winning this one by 51. I look at the batting card. Saif Badar got 42 and Arful Haq 33 towards the end. The middle sagged a little bit. Mukhtar Ahmed, Gomel and the others, Umer Iman, really didn't get going. And in the end, folks, 134 all out. The bowling department, Kartik Gadapali 5 for 24, Ali Khan 2 for 5, and in the end 134 posted by Clarion Eagles. We'll look at the highlights. They started off quite impressively well. Pranav Chattopadhyay at the top of the order took on Nazir Jamali. But once this edge from Ali Khan got into the glove of Ian Dave Chauhan, somehow they never recovered. We saw a very soft dismissal here from Mukhtar Ahmed. And Ali Khan had given us some new variations of celebration. This one, the top of them. And Ali Khan just pointing to the pavilion for a constant procession. Leg before was the call for Iman. And we've seen some very good bowling from Ali Sheikh. We saw a good knock from Ranjani and Saif Badar. And Ranjani, a lovely shot down the ground, played some good shots. Saif Badar got into the act, and in one particular over we saw Saif Badar striking the ball well. 70 for 4 at about this time. And then we see some lofty hitting from Saif Badar. Saif Badar and Shubham Ranjani looked the part, and we saw a brilliant catch from Ali Sheikh, who had a very good day. Mohammad Mohsin came in. Kartik Gadapali picked up 5 along the way. And Mohammad Mohsin, a brilliant catch from Zia Shazad. Ariful Haq. And this time the run out of Saif Badar, certainly not a good one. Ball cut away into the offside. Harmeed didn't last long. 103 for 7 at this point. And Jesse Singh came out. He lost his stumps, and folks, it was all curtains for the Clarion Eagles. A big victory for Space City Cowboys. They won all their games, and even more wickets here for Kartik Gadapali at one point. So he leaves the final with 5 for 24. So folks, there you have it. Match summary: Space City Cowboys 185 for 7. In reply, Clarion Eagles 134 all out. We'll take a short break and hand the proceedings over to our presentation committee that is led by Brian Walters and Monali Patel. Stay tuned for that.
Good? So it's Hassan, Tarek, and we're good to go? Welcome to the post-match presentation here at the Houston Open 2026. We'd like to begin by thanking all of our sponsors: Tarek Real Estate, Ice and Frosting for Cakes, Modular and EMS for AC containers that have held the comms team as well as the productions team. And of course, we'd like to thank our two finalists in the Clarion Eagles and the Space City Cowboys, along with all the other participating teams and the youngsters. Job well done to all of the teams out here. Now I'd like to present our two members of the presentation party. It's going to be Tanwir Ahmed along with Mr. Tarek. We'll get right into the awards. I'm going to ask Mr. Tarek to hand out the first set of awards. It's going to be for the semifinals. First semifinal between Clarion Eagles and the Gladiators. It goes to Saif Badr for his 69 of 39. Now for the second semifinal between the Cowboys and Atlanta Fire goes to Matthew Trump for his 88 of 30. We'll wait on the Man of the Match award for the finals. Actually, we have confirmed that. It's going to be Karthik Attapalli as the player of the match for the finals.
Guys, come forward a little bit, please.
Now time for the best batter of the tournament. It goes to Smith Patel for his 319. The best bowler, Emilio Ponzo, for his 12 wickets in the tournament. Now I'm going to call upon Mr. Tanwir Ahmed to hand out the award for the runners-up. It goes to the Clarion Eagles. If I could please ask Shuja Naqvi to come up to receive the award. It's going to be Akarshit Gomal coming up for that award. Now I'm going to call upon Shuja Naqvi to come up and pick up the award for the winners of Houston Open 2026. You're more than welcome welcome to bring the trophy with you if you like.
It's too heavy.
It's too heavy. Well, congratulations on winning Houston Open 2026. What was the journey like getting to this final moment here?
I think the journey has been absolutely fantastic. This is the first time that we're playing together as a team and going undefeated throughout the whole tournament, and then winning the last game as well. So it's been an absolute amazing journey, and I think all of the 16 players, they all put in a lot of hard work over the last 5-6 days. So cannot complain.
And how do you come together as a team if you haven't really had the chance to play together as a squad before? What are the sort of conversations that it would have taken to come out and play as well as you have?
I think a lot of us, we play club cricket together, but it's all 14 pros, right? 15 pros. So they have made my job very easy. And coming together, gelling together was not an issue. So proud of every single one of them and the effort that they put, and beyond blessed to be here.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. And please go ahead and celebrate. That's going to wrap up the presentation party as well for the Houston Open 2026. Thank you for joining us.